Hey, everybody, I am Captain Tommy Scoville, and you are on the lifeboat. I'm glad you're all here, and I have Relatable Reese with me. It's always fun.
Good evening, everybody. Hey.
Yeah, very happy that you're here. We're going to do something fun today, folks. Normally, I was talking to Reese about this before we went live, and I hate to be the guy, but I'm going to be the guy. Normally, the people who sit in these chairs, they lie a lot. If you ask them a question, right, they're very, very unlikely to actually answer it truthfully, right? Because they feel like there's this image that they want to put out for the world, so that the world thinks that they're cool. Reese and I have come to the conclusion we are tragically unhip and don't care that the whether the world thinks we're cool. Are you with me? Did you say I'm looking very pale? That's not a nice thing to say. Am I looking pale? Damn, I'm sorry. All right, let's fire this thing up. If you have any questions, feel free to ask any questions you want. Reese, am I looking really, really white? Do I look really, really pale?
You do, yeah, you look like, okay.
No, I'm kidding. Maybe it's water. Maybe I'm just not getting enough. Maybe I'm not getting enough water. That could be it. Pale is just your color. There's nothing wrong with pale, right? Will you marry me? Well, there's one I didn't see coming. Reese, look at that. Oh,
Where?
You can't do this, so I'll do it for you. There you go. Reese.
Oh, I thought somebody was asking me to marry them. I was going to say yes. Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. I like being here. I like these people. They're good people. Most of your people also come over to my side. Look, there's Crystal.
Yeah.
That's my stepdaughter. We're the exact same age.
And Crystal said, right? Tommy, you aren't looking pale. It's the lighting in your room. Yeah, it's dramatically different than the Reese's. Yeah, you know what it is? Yeah, it's a lot of light. It's probably too much white. I think it's probably.
It's not a lack of sun. Surely it's not that. Yeah, it's just that.
You know what? I have not been going out in the sun as much as I should. I'll admit that. The reason being, because it gets very cold, right? This time of year, it gets very cold. But you wait. I'm so close to getting into that. Yeah, I'm getting to that time of year where I'm going to be very, very tan. You watch. I'm going to be looking good. Yeah,
we'll look
very
forward
much
to
looking
that.
forward. Yes. We have a hey Tommy, hey Reese, and I am feeling a little. Yes, the fact that will you marry me? I don't know if that's a silly question.
Is somebody asking me to marry them? Because probably. Who's asking me?
Okay.
Are they asking you? Of course it's you.
Honestly, I have no idea. Tommy, sunscreen and lack of sun is very anti-aging. See, there you go. Right. So if I am to stay in the pale thing, I'm going to live considerably longer, and that, people, is my goal.
Okay, that's cool. But back to the marriage thing. Can we just clarify? I would like to know.
Let's do that.
Who good. Okay, Valerie asked me. Okay, good. I was starting to feel left out. Like, was it just Tommy? It's always Tommy. Snotface would marry me. I love that Snotface.
Valerie would marry you in a heartbeat, apparently.
That's really kind.
Snotface will marry you.
Yeah. Right. I just said that. In my last live, which was about 30 minutes ago, we were talking about that and how I'm good at, I'm not good at a lot of things and I'm not very bright, but I'm very good at wifing. No, I'm serious. I'm good at being a wife. I'm a Cancer sign. I'm a caregiver. Valerie would marry us both. That's sweet. Sister wives. Cute. Hey, Liz Tricks.
Yeah, nice.
Jilbo. Yeah. Yeah. I'm good at it. I'm seriously. That's why I keep doing it. You got it. It's a wedding. You only get a few of those.
Well, you're getting a better turnout even on the lifeboat than I was. So apparently there's a lot of people here ready to marry you. And that's a good thing. Right?
I like that. Guys, I really like that. And I will be up for grabs at some point. I always get married again and again.
And here's a legit question.
Yeah.
Do I need to bring a bridesmaid dress on the cruise?
Well, Tommy, I don't know if you remember last night. You were on my channel last night. We were planning this. We had a caterer in the crowd. We had a DJ. What else do we have? Oh, a cake maker. Armine was going to make a cake.
Right.
Shelly was a photographer. Remember?
Yeah.
She was a photographer. Yeah.
Yeah, we had the entire thing covered. You know what the problem was? Wait, there was something holding it up. What was it? There was something. We had almost everything. Divorce attorney. that one could be a problem, huh? There's that pesky marriage thing. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
there.
Always
Yeah,
gets in the
I
way.
forgot.
Always
I
gets in the
forgot.
way. You did.
But we had we even had a floral person. Remember somebody that said they would make all the flower arrangements?
I remember that. Place settings.
Yeah. I mean, it was
Yeah.
pretty set. I was pretty set. My next wedding, I'm going to live stream.
No divorce attorney, says Tampa B man. So we're just gonna do the bigamy thing. Let's all think big, right? Nothing wrong with
You know,
bigamy.
it is weird that we bring this up because just yesterday I was talking to the person I'm married to about getting divorced. And we
Really?
split up everything right there, right before we each got in the shower. We split everything up. I said, I want this, this, and this. And he was like, I'm not going to fight you on that. And he said, I just want to make sure I get to keep this. And I said, dude, I don't want anything from you. This is the cool thing about me also being a wife. This is just forever, whoever wants to marry me next. I never take
Right.
anything that's not mine. Tommy, I'm serious. My first
Yeah.
marriage, the judge said, do you want alimony? You're entitled. I said, no way. No, I don't believe in that. So I'm
No.
good at that part too. Anyway, we divvied everything up yesterday, and he said, "If that's what we're going to do, this is what I want, and you can have that." And I said, "Okay."
So so that was just you were just sitting around kicking and you thought, you know what? That was a discussion. I was thinking of
Mhm.
going shopping, right? We have no bagels. Hey, if we decide to get divorced, what are we how are we doing this? Is that
I'm
how that went
very
down?
open. Yeah, I'm pretty
Huh?
open, and it's been
Wow, I
on my
should think
mind.
so.
I prepare and plan for all things, whether it's going to be my next wedding, a divorce. No, I'm not getting divorced, but if we get divorced, we already decided, and it was pretty cool. He was very cool about it. Truth be told, he was like, if that's what you want to do, I just want to make sure I get because he owns his own company, right? He has more to protect. I don't have anything. And I
Okay.
said, you have all of that stuff's yours, dude. I don't want any of it. I said, I just want to make sure I get the nice pillows and the pets.
I love that you have exactly like in your mind, you know exactly what you need. Like, do not mess with the pets. And if you go after the pillows, I'm going to kill you. Like, I
Yep, and he
completely
agreed to
respect
it.
that.
He said, you can have those things." And I said, "Okay, we're done." And
That's
then you plan your
good.
next wedding. See, it's just you only get a few weddings. So now I'm already thinking your
Jilbo,
channel is gonna hate me even more. They don't get my humor, guys. We don't it's just humor.
Jilbo can still fit into her prom dress. That is absolutely amazing.
That is
Because
amazing.
just yesterday, I was trying on my prom dress, and I would have that taken out. I mean, I'm not even close. It's awful.
Debbie P,
Absolutely
Reese,
awful.
sweetie, take half the company, girl.
I said the same thing. Did I not? Honestly, I mean, I'm not trying to be a jerk, but if you're going to go through that whole process anyway, I mean, the whole half thing seems fair, right?
It's not.
Like,
I don't
like
believe in
half
it.
your freaking
Honestly,
bank
I
account.
nope, we don't share bank accounts. I don't believe in it. I truly believe I should leave with what I came with. You keep the rest. I don't keep the house. I don't care about any of that.
Well, well,
Yeah. I don't want to take things
that
from people that are not mine. That's not cool. I don't believe in that. I don't like it. I don't like
well,
alimony. I
I,
don't like any of that.
no, well, I guess it depends on the situation. You know what I mean? Like if the two of you got together and you built a business together and you built a family, and the two of you were
Different.
really working side by side, yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah, but if you marry every 5 to 7 years like I do, you don't have time to build
Right?
a business and children together. So,
Checks out.
you take a
Yeah,
couple
checks out.
vacations, you buy some furniture, you split up. You get a dog, you keep the dog. Yeah,
How cool is this? 2 years clean this month.
that's awesome, Cher.
Woohoo!
I love to hear it.
2 years clean this month. And my daughter got married yesterday. I even married her. How cool is that?
That is amazing,
Congratulations.
babe.
That
Congrats.
really
Speaking of getting
is.
married, see?
2 years.
I'm
And
looking
that is
forward to my next one.
awesome. Awesome. I like how you do that. Get that crap lined up ahead of time, right? There's no reason whatsoever to not have one in the chamber. You know
You
what I'm
know,
saying?
Tommy, and I'm a firm believer somebody would want me. Like I
I
always
don't
say
I
that.
don't think you're gonna have any problem
You
finding
don't,
takers. No. No, I don't.
even though I'm
No,
kind
I
of
don't.
whiny.
You whine?
Yeah, I'm pretty
Stop it.
whiny.
No.
I do. I
No.
know. I know. It's
No.
weird. It's weird to believe. I know.
No.
Yeah.
Truthfully, I have not seen that at all. But I
I'm a
did a
little.
lot of drugs years ago, and I'm not really all that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
I don't see that either. So you don't see that I'm whiny, and I don't see that you're not all there. I think you're all there. Um,
Hey, I'm here. Never want to miss the two of you together. What a kind thing to say, huh? Is that not a
I
nice thing
love
to say?
Carrie
I
Ann. She
love
was
that.
just with me, and my all these. I'm noticing everybody who was
Hey,
just in my last live.
Carrie Ann, what's your name now?
What's the deal breaker that would trigger divorce, Frank? Cheating. I'm extremely jealous, and I'm not going to have a sister wife, brother. I like that,
Wow.
Davey. I like what you said about me there, Davey. Back in the day, what does that mean? Like when I was cuter? What does that mean?
Back in the day. Oh, you know how far behind I am? Oh my God. Like I literally am a day behind. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I
Spanx
honestly.
cheating is whack.
Thank you, Lisa Trimble. Here's the thing with cheating. I'm gonna weigh in on this, people. I'm gonna weigh in on the cheating thing because I think that this is massively important. I really do. I think that very often cheating gets people don't realize why it happens, right? And it's tragic because what happens is you start to think to yourself, this other person must be so much better than me, right? They're better looking, they're smarter, they're all of those things that I'm not. And that simply isn't the case at all. Most people who cheat do it because their self-esteem is so bad, right? Their self-esteem is so damaged that they need that to buy them a couple of days of not feeling like a loser. It's actually horrifying if you think about it. It's not a particularly pleasant life. I promise. The people
I
who
don't
do that,
I
go
don't
ahead.
always I don't agree with what you just said, but okay. I think that's a scenario, but I don't think
Sure.
that's all the time.
You think that there are people who are out just trying to shop up. I'm always blown
Yeah.
away. I'm always blown away by people like Tiger Woods, right? Tiger Woods' wife was a really lovely woman. She was a Hawaiian tropics model or whatever, and he was cheating on a girl who worked at the Waffle House. And if you can compare the two of them, you would have said, "I don't think I would sleep with the Waffle House girl." Just not being mean, just probably not going to go that route. The other one probably would have gone that route, but it has nothing to do with that. It has to do with so many other things. It's a mental problem. Sadly, it really comes down to a mental image and a mental problem.
Let me ask. I mean, I think there's so many
Thank you,
paths
Doc.
with cheating. Don't you think it could also be an addiction?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's what it is a symptom of an addiction, right? So, and that's just what I was explaining. Well, the first scenario that I gave you, the guy or the girl that goes out and says, "I got to do this every 3 days," right? Man whore, right? They're just going out and doing this and doing it every weekend or whatever because it buys them the exact same thing that a shot of heroin would, a snort of cocaine would, right? A bunch of beer would. All of those things are symptoms of how we deal with trauma. And for some people, they deal with it that way. Now, there are people also who meet a girl at work or they meet a guy at work and there's sparks there and they're like, oh my God, I love this person more than my wife, right? That's messed up, but I love this person more than my wife. Those
Yep.
kind of cheating things happen all the time. But the serial cheaters, the ones who are going out and doing it like this, and it's just constant, they're not doing it because they're shopping. They're doing it because they're sick, in my humble opinion.
Absolutely. I just think there's a lot of avenues to cheating. I don't know. I've never cheated on a person before, but I just have a lot of ideas on why people cheat and hey, Dylan. I love blow drill.
You know?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
What
Oh,
about
thanks,
cheating
Dylan.
when one person is incarcerated? That's mostly mental. It's a very tough thing. I've been inside with a person that was on the outside, and you may or may not believe this, but the conversation that I had said, if this drives you insane, I would really be happy if it was physical and that you didn't develop some kind of feelings for somebody and maybe go out of town, right? So that I don't ever run into this person and then lie to me when I ask, right? When I get out and I say, hey, did anything ever happen? And you say, no, no, I'm going to roll with that and I'm never going to ask you again. right? Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies, because you can sit in there and drive yourself insane. And I've watched people hang themselves, cut their wrists, do all kinds of things because they are afraid of what their significant other is doing on the street. It's a terrible way to do time. It is honestly torture. Sad.
I would think so. I just think a lot of people cheat too, like because they're coping, and so I think cheating is probably similar to drug addiction or any other kind of addiction, right? Like you're using sex or you're cheating to cope with something, right? I mean, I'm not
Right.
an expert here, so I could be wrong, but it seems that way to me.
When
I've had deep talks with different men about this, and some men just have to get their keep a revolving door of women. And then some men do it because they're unhappy, that they're just haven't been laid in their own marriage for 15 years, so they do it. I don't
right.
know, but I think there's different reasons, and I think some feel bad about it, some don't. Kinda like
I
maybe a serial killer would.
Yeah, right. I don't. I'm not making an excuse for any of these people. I hope that that does not come across that way. What I'm doing is, look, I'll just keep it real, right? I was that guy, and I was married to a person who I loved, who was absolutely stunning. I mean, she was beautiful, and I cheated constantly, and I did it because it was one more symptom. Because all of the things I did not make me comfortable in my own skin. Cheating
Wait, wait,
didn't,
wait, 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 wait,
right?
wait. You cheated when you were married?
Oh God, yes,
Which
yeah,
marriage?
my first one. I've been
Dang,
very
bruh.
open about this. I have been very
Didn't
open
know
about
that.
this from the word go. There's nothing uh I don't let out. I
I
was
know, and
absolutely
I
that
appreciate you
person.
telling me. I just didn't know that. I'm shocked. I look shocked because I
But
didn't know that.
but I spent an awful lot of time, and I spent a lot of effort to find out why I did what I did, because I never felt like one of those people who thought, and notch that belt, right? Put something on there. That it was never like that. What it was you would feel good for 45 minutes or an hour, and then about a week later you start feeling like a scumbag again, and then you go out and you try to do the same thing, and it doesn't make sense. But you have to peel the onion until you find out what it is that's making you shoot dope, rob banks, right? Sleep with anything, anything you can do to try to dull the pain. But there is no excuse. There's not. I'm not making one. I'm just telling you that I don't. So often you meet these people and they go, "Oh, it's just so sad because he was looking for somebody more beautiful than me." No, a lot of times that's got nothing to do with it, and it really ruins people, guys and girls. Guys out there are going, you know what? I got to start pumping iron, right? Because this dude. No, usually when people cheat, it's not because of the physical thing. It's usually because of the emotional thing, right? When the emotional thing isn't there, they go find. That's my
Totally,
opinion.
totally. I just think
I
there's
could,
so many different reasons people do it, and I can't speak for those people, and, you know, I get it, though. I understand what you're saying, and no shame, by the way, for that. I just didn't know that. That's why I kinda
yeah,
reacted the way I did.
yeah, I
Um,
did on the first one. Yeah.
how
So,
many how long were you married the first and second time?
um, the uh, the first time we were together about 13 years,
Wow,
and the second time was about 7. Yeah. So
okay.
and and the second was payback, right? I got cheated on in the second one, so a little bit of a payback as far as that goes. The Yeah, I was. Oh, and by way of full disclosure, for probably the last 3 years of my first marriage, I grew up and stopped. Right, but right up until that point, it was pretty much a daily thing. And the reason that it stopped was not because I became a really great person. I discovered speedballs. Just keeping it real. I discovered that if I mixed cocaine and heroin, right, that it did something for me to make me comfortable in my own skin for longer periods of time. I could do it in the morning, it would last me all day long. I could just keep doing it. I didn't need sex, right? From a wife, from anybody else, there was just no need anymore. That took care of I know it sounds remarkable, right? But the speedball took care of it. So for the last 3 years, I did not cheat,
Okay.
but not because I found I became a good person. I just I found a way to make it easier.
Do you think
Um,
that that's a reason that you either don't plan on ever getting remarried or being in a relationship period? Is that because of the cheating, being cheated on and cheating on somebody else?
Um, no, I am always looking for a soulmate. I really am. I believe in that. I watched that work and I believe that that exists. The trouble is that's what I'm looking for, right? And I think more often than not, when you meet somebody, right, you meet somebody and then you get to know them a little bit and you hang out a little bit, right? And then that person starts to grow on you and this and that, right? That does not happen to me. I see somebody and I go, oh my God, right? Like that's always been how it is for me. I see someone's face and a switch goes off and I go, oh my goodness, I find this person fascinating. I find this person attractive. I find this person it's going to be everything I think about now for a long period of time, right? That's what that always was.
Like an
But
obsession?
I wouldn't say obsession, but certainly um, well, I mean, you remember, when you first fall in love, that feeling where it's just, I mean, everything you think, oh, I wonder what she would think about that. I
Oh,
wonder what
they're
she's
just on
doing.
your
I wonder what
mind constantly. Yeah, yeah,
all
yeah,
the
yeah. No.
time. Yeah, all the
It's my
time. And
favorite
it's
feeling
and
in the world.
yeah, right. It's the coolest feeling in the entire world. Sadly, right? Sadly, when that goes away for a lot of people, they think if they go out and do it again, they're going to find that and get that feeling again. Sadly, it doesn't work that way. You might get the fun of the, ooh, isn't this exciting? Right. And then 2 days later, you go, holy crap, this person's calling me and I'm married. Right. Like all of the bad things that start to go along with all of that, it becomes it's a terrible lifestyle. But no, I'm
Oof.
continually looking. I'll tell you something else that makes it very, very difficult. Within the first probably 2 to 3 weeks of getting to know me, there are some things that I'm going to share, right? I'm going to share that I robbed banks. That's a fairly big deal. I'm going to share the fact that I was a horrific cheater, right? That was something that I used as a way to try to cope. And I'm going to go through a lot. I'm going to go through a lot of other things that I don't even share on the boat that make me very uniquely me. And to be really honest, they're not the kind of things that make girls go, "Fan freaking tastic," right? Buy me a ring. They're usually the kind of things that tend to make girls go, "Good God, have a nice day. This has been fun," right? So, but I'm always looking. I mean, I definitely am always looking. But I don't know if you saw my show this morning. I'm not much for the settling concept. And I think sometimes as people get older, they go, you know what? Yeah, they do this thing that's a little bit annoying, but I could probably put up with that, right? I could probably put up with that a little bit. You know what? I don't settle. I don't. I want the person. I want to look at the person and I want to be in love every time I look at them, right? Even if it's 5 years later or 10 years later or whatever, right? I was a chump, people. I really was. My last one, I was a chump. I bought flowers the day that I found out I was found out I was getting cheated on. I mean, it is what it is. Sometimes you get smacked, but it doesn't mean that you stop doing what you're doing. Question for Tommy: would you want a person you were just starting to date for the first time to have seen your channel? Oh my God! Or would you
She
prefer
just
they
said
uh,
same
they
question for Reese. Kristen just
yeah?
said same question for Reese.
What do
Interesting.
you think about that?
Here's what I think. I don't share with anybody I know that I have a channel. Anybody that I know on a private, personal basis. So when Jeff
Right.
and I are around town and I run into someone and they go, "Reese, how you been? I haven't seen you in forever." I just go, "Good, good, good, good to see you." And Jeff goes, tell her what you're up to." And I always go, "Nope. I don't like I don't want people who I know to know." Now, that's different than dating. If I were dating, I'd probably tell the person on the first date, "This is what I do."
r-
How are you going to hide it?
Right.
But
Yeah. I mean,
I'm
it's
not for everybody. I probably will be a lonely person one day because I don't feel like this probably will be that easy.
yeah. It really is heavy, isn't it? Because also what we do for a living is bizarre, right? What we do for a living, you can't explain to anybody without them thinking, "Oh, poor you," right? Like we deal with some pretty heavy stuff. Honestly, there's some disturbing things that go along with this kind of job, right? And when you say to somebody, "Oh, by the way, if we do decide to date, right, and if I do decide that I care a great deal about you, people are going to make videos about you, and they're going to say that you're ugly or fat or nasty," and like, what girl wants that, right? And the girls that I have been with, right, since, um, and I dated, a couple of times since getting out of prison, and on both occasions, those girls ended up on somebody's video. Now, how good does that make you feel? Really, you
I
want you
think it
you
would
want
be
to date
hard.
me?
As a
Yeah, hell
YouTuber
yeah.
as a YouTuber, I think it would be hard to meet a stranger and say, "This is what I do for a living," but not only do I do that, I, I talk about very private things about myself and that time on Instagram. Yeah, you block your family, Yarn Pepper. I can't click on this comment, but Elizabeth Bates up here, she is a psychologist that reached out to me today and she said, "What if people in your personal life find out about your channel, Reese?" By the way, Tommy, so she's may want to talk to both of us. I've been emailing with her, and she's a licensed therapist. How you
Okay.
feel about that? I think that's a great idea. I interviewed a licensed psychologist yesterday or 2 days ago, and it went splendid. Um, but my channel is about healing and connection, just like yours is. So I like getting into this stuff. What if people in your personal life find out about your channel, Reese? I'm uncomfortable with it. People in my personal life so far have found out about my channel, and they're fairly judgmental. Um, they kind of seem like they give the impression like they're looking down on me. They're kind of embarrassed, and I don't like it. I have
Yeah.
distanced myself a lot from that. And as a matter of fact, a family member today made a really terrible comment about how I parent Huxley.
Uh-huh.
And I am trying to change my point of view on how I deal with those things. I went outside and I was really pissed and I was cussing into the air and I was thinking about all the things I'm going to say to this person. And I was like, what a piece of this and that. And wait till they hear from me. And then I just thought, you know what? I think I'm gonna try to change how I deal with that stuff because I'm probably gonna deal with that stuff more and more the more people that find out I have a channel. And I hate to keep talking, Tommy, but
No, you're good.
what's it to you? It's like I don't know. I just kind of thought, is this what I'm experiencing in therapy? It's like you have the answers. Try to be stronger internally. Quit reaching for things externally like approval and insecurity stuff. Just be
Right.
secure that you are a good mom. I don't need to listen to that. I don't need to even fight that. That's somebody's
Yeah.
stupid opinion.
Well, and so much of what's going to be out there is going to be BS, right? And if we take shots at places like the cult of Scientology, um, they will print stuff that's just complete and utter horse feces that has no basis in fact, and you have to get to a point where you can go, who cares? And that's not
Yes,
an
when
easy
it's
thing to do, right?
Scientology, sure. When it's some exterior entity like Scientology, I don't care, right? But
Right.
when an actual family member says
Oh yeah, no,
Reese is
that's
a
something.
bad mother,
Oh no,
that's a little
that's
more
something.
personal for me.
No, that's
Um,
crappy.
and processing that, I'm trying to process that without getting how I used to feel about those kinds of things. Because the truth is, being on YouTube, I'm only what, 6 months old? You've been doing this for years, right? So,
Couple of
being on YouTube is a different lifestyle when you put your whole life out there than living your own life in your home. So,
Yeah,
it's kind of one of those things you gotta get tougher skin or this just won't work.
no
And that's how
question.
I'm trying to look at it. It's like people are gonna say things, people are gonna think things and form their opinions and interpret things the way they're gonna do it. Well, what does that have to do with me? Really?
No, it makes it hard when you start doing relationships. You either have to hide it so viciously, right?
I
Or
love
you
that
just have to
question.
be.
Star it.
What if people in your
JD.
personal life?
No, JD, get that question, star it. Keep talking, but I can't star any questions. I love that question,
JJ.
JD. Okay,
Okay,
go
is
on,
that is
Tommy,
that
now
the one,
that
is that
that's
the
it.
one you were
Yeah,
looking
I love
for?
it. I love that question. You
Okay,
don't have
good.
to answer it, but I'm going to.
No,
Go
no,
on, though.
good,
What were
good.
you
I'm
saying?
just glad. I'm glad I nailed it. It's a situation that and if you have kids, it's hard. You know what I mean? My daughter reads things, and when the troll stuff was really bad, like a year or so ago, My daughter got an email, and it was not a very pleasant email. It was it wasn't words, right? It was images, and it's an awful thing, and it's not something that you want to invite people into your world, right? But people go, "Oh, poor you! You know, you work at your house, you know, and people know who you are." This is a very weird way to make a living. So I have to come clean on all of that too. Like that's something else that I have to come clean on because my channel is so wildly different than other channels, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you share a lot. You're very, very open. You are really, really
Yes, I
open on
am.
your channel. Um,
Very.
I I had started at about 7 and basically told you every crime I've ever committed, including the cheating on people. I've given nobody anything that they can pop up and go, hey, right? I just didn't allow that to happen. So for me, it's different. And I think a lot of people would not want, I mean, can you imagine dating me? Like all of your friends would know everything there was to know about your husband, I mean, right? Or your boyfriend. That's kind of a bummer,
I
right?
can because I do this for a living just like you do. But I
Yeah.
think it would be hard when you have someone who's more private. I'm married to somebody who's a lot more private and is not entirely comfortable with it, but just kind of shrugs his shoulders now and goes, "Well, I mean, you said it. It's out there now." I don't entirely love that. I think going forward, I if I ever date again or am married again, that will have to be strongly discussed, and it will be a deal breaker. Like if someone says, you can't, I'm not comfortable with this, obviously I can't move forward with you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I liked the other question better. We'll do this one too, though. I liked JD's question. What do you admire most about each other? You don't have to answer that, Tommy. I don't know why I'm putting that off on you like that,
It's
but
I find that a hell of a lot easier than answering what I admire about myself. Don't you think that that's
that's
a
true.
heck of a lot easier? I'll tell you straight out what I admire, and I've been super open about this. I I'm a YouTube content creator. It's what I do for a living. But I did this for my entire life, right? I did this in one way or another for my entire life. I've been on stage, I've been, whatever. This is what I've been doing. I've always been talking to other people as a way to make a living, right? Very few people. Um, you can't teach it. You have it or you don't. And the really cool stuff, the it factor that makes people want to watch you even when they can't explain why is something that doesn't happen very often. It comes very infrequently, and you have it. You have you have an innate ability to do what you do. That is, you look so at ease that there's never been a moment that I've seen you where you looked like you weren't just shooting the crap with two people in your living room. And you may think that that's just like, but it's wizardry to the rest of the world. So, no problem whatsoever. That is what I admire about you.
Wow. Well, thank you. Thank you. I was just talking about this. You say that, but I don't watch other YouTube channels. I assume they are all just like this. I assume
They're
everybody
not.
does what we're doing.
9 out of 10 YouTube channels do not even show a face. They do it without ever showing themselves.
Oh, weird. I would say I feel a little differently. I think the same thing you just said I admire about you, but that's not my favorite thing about you. My favorite, I love, love, love Tommy's heart for one, but I love talking to you. You are so easy to talk to, and you and I've talked, and you have too, talked with a lot of other people on YouTube, right? We've interviewed other people, we've talked with people. You are the only one that I feel like I really truly click with inside of YouTube and outside of YouTube, right? But also, I'm very comfortable with you, and I can go there with you. Nothing is off the table. I can go there with
Yeah.
you. And I think that's why people really like us together so much. I don't know about you, but I got at least 100 emails since last night's live with me that we did on my channel saying, "I love you guys the most. You inspire me. I am getting out of bed more now because of you and Tommy. You guys both really, I mean, truly,
No, I've
that
heard some really
just
cool stuff. I've
builds
heard some
me up."
really, really cool stuff. Yeah, that
Yeah.
that's that's
You can't
literally
put a
why I do
price
what I
on that.
do.
You
No, you
can't put a
can't.
price on that. So,
No, you can't.
yeah, so I think our connection that we have is real. I mean, for me, it's real. I don't want to lose it. I consider you very, very close friend that I trust. And
And you know what? You're both
that's
here.
coming. Hmm?
I'm sorry.
Coming from Scientology for me, you've got friends, right? You have Q, you have lifelong people that you've clicked with. In Scientology, it's very conditional. It's very different. So friendships for me are not natural, and to have that is like the biggest gift I could have. You know,
I understand that,
it
believe it or
means the
not.
world to me.
I understand that, believe it or not, because when I say the opposite of addiction is connection, when you're a drug addict, you can be in a room of 150 people and be alone because there's no connection whatsoever. The drugs keep that from happening, right? So, no, I really do get that, and you know what? There are you gel with certain people, and there are certain people that you don't, and that's one of the that's just kind of the nature of the beast. I do get a lot of people that comment on. But while we're both here, right? So this can't be misconstrued. When I said thick, what I was referring to was
When
this.
you said what?
You were not here. I was doing a video without you one time, right? I lost
But I didn't
400
hear the word
subscribers.
you just said. You cut out when you said what?
Shtick. Shtick.
Oh, a
Yeah, we're
shtick.
like,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, like shtick. So when I said this, what I meant simply was this. I don't intend to kick her husband out of bed and try to climb into the sack with her. We definitely flirt, right? But I wasn't trying to break up the marriage, and that's kind of the shtick. But people took that to mean that our relationship was fake and that I was faking our relationship. And I want to tell you something. If you could fake this, right, then we're in the wrong line of work. For real, right? Be getting Academy Awards. You can't fake friendship. You can't. That's why you don't see people do shows like this and have them be effective. Usually they suck. I mean, let's be honest. If there's a
And
subject matter, but if it's just two people talking, that's hard.
the flirty thing, guys, I know that I think more on your channel, Tommy, that bothers people. My channel, I think people on my channel know me. Guys, I am a huge flirt. I flirt out in public. I flirt all over the world. I flirt with people that I am also on with besides Tommy. So it's my favorite thing to do. I think it's innocent, but that's another connection I have with Tommy. We are flirty with each other. We just are. So
No question.
if you don't like it, I just suggest don't watch when I'm on. And I'm not doing it to offend anybody. I hope that you don't feel triggered like I hate Reese. It's not for shock value. I just really love Tommy, just like you guys do. I just really love the guy.
Well, and it's probably nice for occasionally for people to see me in a slightly different and people have actually reached out to say this. Obviously in the realm of what I do, when I'm talking about smack and I'm talking about cocaine or crack, we're not doing a lot of flirting. It's not one of not one of those things that comes up usually in that subject matter. But to have somebody that's here who has a good sense of humor and isn't afraid to go there, because there really is something to the fact that if you can throw something on the table and not have the person really look uncomfortable, it sucks when you throw a subject out live and the person goes like this. You get a feeling in life where you just go, oh crap, man, can the power go out? Can something save me? You know what I'm talking about. It's
I
the
know what you're talking
worst.
about, but I don't experience that with you, and I don't think I ever will. I just don't worry about it. You and
You
I get
won't.
along very well. And some YouTubers, I've learned that you can do it real well on screen, on camera, but you're not so much behind the scenes. There's that too. I don't have that with Tommy. It's goes both ways.
I think we've been doing considerably better though of late.
Better how getting along.
Communicating.
I think.
We've been scrapping texting for more talking, and it seems to
And
we seem to do a
and
lot better.
what else? You said once that I don't call or text.
True,
Who's
true.
who's gotten better at that?
Now she is absolutely calling and texting, which makes me very happy. And she sent photos of the watches that she wants. Right, so that's a good thing too. Question:
And
do you have an
some
email?
video too. Don't leave that out.
I I think that the Mad Hatter is actually talking to you, but I love the Mad Hatter. Do you have an email? I'm a lurker, and you always help me feel better. You are definitely relatable. I'm going to go with the fact that they're probably talking to you, especially since sober, at myyahoo.com is not an easy one to forget. That's my email address, sober@myyahoo.com. So what is your email address?
My email address, mods, can you throw that up? It's
Please do.
Reese. It's my name, Reese Quibell, QUIB as in boy, ELL at Gmail. I'm not talking to your mods, by the way. I'm not bossing your mods around. Mine are in here too.
Right.
Retired Red, you in here, girl? Tommy, you got to answer the other question because she posted it again.
Which was the other question?
What do you
Remind me.
admire most? What attribute do you admire most about yourself?
About
You said you have a
myself.
hard time. Yeah, I like that question too. By the way,
Okay,
Lisa Trimble, that super chat. Thank you for saying that, babe, about my mothering Huxley. Thank you. I didn't want that to go overlooked.
I love Lisa Trimble, by the way.
I love Lisa Trimble.
One of the kindest people, seriously, on all of YouTube. This is so you got to look at it. So I'm 8 years old, right? I mean, honestly, I have not had a tremendous amount of life experience that I was not strung out, very, very badly strung out for and committing crimes for. These days, the thing that I am probably the thing that I'm probably the most proud of is that I'm not the center of my universe. And for 46 years, I was absolutely the center of my universe. I didn't care what happened to you. I didn't care if you died. Seriously, providing somehow that got me a bag of dope, I didn't care what happened to anybody. And now I actually live in a world where I can push me out of the way sometimes to help people. And that was not somebody that I was. So I think that's probably.
I love that answer. That's really a beautiful answer.
It's a hard question. It really is. It really is a difficult question. You get certain questions all the time. If you could have one wish, what would it be? Like there are some questions that you get constantly, but that's a great question. No one's ever asked me that.
Good question.
It really is. And by the way, if I could have one wish, I would. Q would walk out of prison tomorrow.
Yeah,
that would be my wish. Yeah, it's going to happen, people, because I'm not going to stop until it does. That's the truth, right? I admire the connections you have with each other. Well, how about that? You are not the first person to say this. There are a lot of people who seem to really groove to the fact that because we're both pretty badly injured, right? Psychologically.
Backgrounds.
Yeah. I mean, I spent a lot of my life as a criminal, and Reese spent a lot of her life in a cult. And both of us, I mean, I've been off drugs a long time, but I've actually only been back in society for about the same amount of time as you have. So there's something very interesting because although we are so different in so many ways, there are just so many things that I think we're dealing with the same things all the time. You know what I mean? Things that, once your life changes and you have to start doing things that this may sound really insane to you, but the number of things that I learned to do at 46 that you would just go, I'm sorry, what? Right? Because I just didn't do anything but drugs. Like the idea of going in and getting a cart and food shopping and doing things like that. No, I would fill carts. I filled a lot of carts growing up. I didn't pay for anything. I used to run out the front door with them.
Totally understandable.
I mean, literally.
That's very real to me. That's not unusual to me.
At 46, I had to start from scratch, trying to figure out all of those things. And you know what? Some of it's been really cool. Some of it has sucked, right? But some of it has been really cool. The other thing I would say about you is that you're willing to work on things with the world watching. And that is something that you're the only person I've ever met in my life. I'm not kidding. That's willing to do that. I've never met anybody else.
The only person?
Yeah. I've never met anybody. They'll do it in front of 2 or 3 people, right? But the prospect of sitting down and recording this, right, and leaving it up for posterity, this could be there forever, and it could be hundreds of thousands of people, and we're working through things that, this doesn't happen very often, if ever, right? And I respect the hell out of the fact that you do it, and you don't yell, you don't get Even when you're upset, you never act stupid, right?
Wow. That's really
I
sweet,
like
babe.
I
Thank
like how
you.
you communicate. I truthfully like how you communicate.
Wow.
You know,
Thank you. Again, I assume everybody's doing it, Tommy. I don't watch YouTube.
it's wizardry. You assume that people can do it. It is wizardry. You just don't understand. This is why when you say things like, the second gens all kind of feel stupid, right? Because they didn't necessarily go through the actual whatever school smarts, right? Kind of things. The things in life that cannot be taught, right? There are things in life that cannot be taught. This it factor that we're talking about, right? You may not have heard of this, right? But I've had people come in and they would say to me, this dude just graduated from wherever, pick a school, Harvard, right? What does he do? He's a public speaker. This guy's awesome. I'd go, fantastic. All we want you to do is train him. But this dude's public speaking has been very, very different. And now what I need to do is I need to teach this guy how to ask for money, right? There's no it factor. Now, if you have an it factor, it doesn't even matter what the product is because people are staring at you. They can't stop looking at you. And it's not lust. It's not, it is it. The reason they call it is because there is no name for it other than it. But I have trained wildly intelligent people who just don't work. They don't have it, right? They can be beautiful. They just don't have it. And it's not something that can be explained, right? I have it. I'm not a particularly handsome dude, but I promise you, I know that I have no fear whatsoever in doing what I'm doing right now, or being in front of the room. It's nerve wracking when you and I do what we do. Honestly, that's a little different for me. When we sit down and we talk about things that we're struggling with together, that gets
You get a little nervous. You get a little nervous when
yeah,
we do that. I don't.
I do. My heart beats. For real.
Well, I
Wow.
appreciate you doing it anyway.
Wow. What a cool thing to say, huh?
That is a cool thing to say, babe. Thank you for saying that.
May I make a suggestion? Seriously, don't be afraid, right? Don't be afraid to have a friend, right, who has different equipment than you.
Are you
Honestly.
talking to me?
No, I'm talking to all people listening,
Okay.
right? All of you who are struggling to meet friends, very often, guys, go out and try to find friends who are guys. It's a very difficult thing. You've heard the terms, right? We have contests. Are you familiar with these contests? Right? Whether we want to or not, we have contests about whose watches are bigger, right? And that's just a kind of thing that
Watch
happens among,
swinging.
right? Watch swinging. And this is a kind of thing that happens, and it makes it difficult to bond. But if you can find someone of the opposite sex and you can have a legitimate friendship, I think that that's a beautiful thing. Don't listen to the world, right? But that's a beautiful thing. It
I
really
think it's a
is.
fine line too, though. You got to be careful. There are some people that can't be trusted and they do it for the wrong reasons and hide behind, oh, it's just a friend.
There's some truth to that. There's some truth to that. But I'm not trying to do anything like that untoward in any way, shape, or form. Sorry. Some itch. Question, Reese. What is the first group that comes to mind right now when I ask what music band you like? Sorry, been a day. I'm trying to be light.
Ben, my favorite band, I don't even have to think about it, is The National. I was just talking about this a couple hours ago. The National is my favorite band. I've seen them 3 times.
Yeah.
Other than that, and they're fairly newer. I mean, they've been around for over a decade, but other than that, I'm the 70s and 80s girl. I don't know any of the new stuff. I don't know any new bands, none of that. I like 70s and 80s music.
Yeah. I think that's legit. I dig that genre. I mean that time frame. I like Sublime. That was a band that kind of popped out a
From the
little bit later
90s,
on.
yeah, I like
Yeah,
Sublime.
yeah. I liked Sublime. Prior to, I don't really like much of anything else. Sadly. I like
I
Squeeze.
always
Like if I'm
I like
stuck,
Sublime.
yeah, I love Sublime. If I'm stuck though, like if I only had one album, I probably would have 45s and Under by Squeeze because every song on that's just so much fun to listen to, and it just keeps you kind of doing this thing. Anyway,
I don't practice Santeria.
I ain't got no crystal ball. And I do know the words to everything, sadly. You have a connection. It's not fake, it's true friendship. It is. It is
Yeah.
absolutely true friendship. And go ahead.
Guys, it's so real and it's so true. That's an interesting question too, JD. It's so Mitch Brisker. Wow. Reese, does that include early 70s? Yeah, Jackson Brown, Neil Young. You know it, Mitch.
Love Jackson Brown.
So do I. Um, the thing I wanted to say about that, Katie Pie, is I tend to, because I haven't had real friendships and I'm only a year out of the Church of Scientology, I don't think I do it well. That's why that live we had where I made Tommy so sad when I said, I don't think we're going to be able to do this. I didn't realize, by the way, I made you sad, Tommy, and I'm sorry I did that. I promised you I wouldn't do it again, and I haven't.
You have not.
But I think I'm not good at it. Like I worry about it because I smother, like I feel like I'm smothering Tommy. I really love him and I'm like clingy because I this is all new for me and I just don't want to lose him. I worry I'm going to lose him. So then
Uh,
I push him away or I sabotage it somehow and I'm aware that I'm doing that. I'm really trying to work on it, but I'm worried that I'm going to be too much for him and he's going to be like, "Yeah, this is too much."
if I may, once again, this is a recurring theme. And it's a recurring theme for the same reasons, right? There should have been a guy there at all times saying, you know what, you're doing great. You know what, you look fantastic. You know what, excellent. I can't wait. I'm so happy to be there. Unfortunately, he was an epic douchebag. And because of that, you feel a little bit of that need to press away to protect yourself. But as everyone can see, right? We seem to be getting along really well, right? You don't seem flirty to me, but I've only seen you here a couple of times.
Oh, Kelly,
It's
I am
flirty.
toning it down because I'm not at home right now. I'm not in my house. I'm in Tommy's house, so I am being respectful. But if you want to know for sure, go back and watch last night with Tommy and I. There
Yeah,
was a lot of
we
heat. There
tend
was
to
a
get a
lot of
little
fire.
wilder sometimes. Yeah,
Yeah, it was a
sometimes we get a
fiery
little
heat going on, and I was there for it. And I would love to dial it up this evening, but I don't want to scare everybody off.
right.
But we
Love
are
how
going to
you
have a
guys are
prom.
communicating today. Yeah, we are going to have a
Yes,
prom, sure,
we there's going to be a prom on the cruise because I've never had a prom. Um, because
and
I
that's a
didn't
sin.
go to school.
That's a sin.
And so SPTV Tattoo Warriors on the decorating committee, and I know it's not usual, but I asked Tommy to be my date to the prom.
Yes,
And what
yeah.
did you say?
I said absolutely. Wouldn't miss it for the world.
How
Would not
cute.
miss it for the world. I also
He's
said I happen to have a, tuxedo with tails. I have not tried it on, but I think it'll still fit. I am thinner now than I probably have ever been, so this should fit. Yeah.
that's
No, I'm definitely doing the
adorable.
prom thing. Yeah, I think it's
Um,
going to be a very fun time. I really do.
we're
I think
also
it's
going
going
to
to be a very,
karaoke.
very fun time. Yes,
We're
I
going to
enjoyed that.
karaoke. We're going to do a little
You know,
meatloaf.
this is cool, and I think I'm really glad that you said this. I'm really
A
glad that
lot
you
of
said
people
this.
say this. A lot of people reach out to me and say, "I see a different Tommy when he's with you." I don't know if I think
And
that's a good thing.
it's an important thing, and I'll tell you why. So, with over 1,000, right, 1,500 1-hour videos, there is a subject matter that stays pretty constant through all of that, and it's trauma, right? And what we do to try to deal with that trauma, which is most often drugs, right? But there's no interaction at all. You do not see this part of me. It's very rare that I interact with a person of the opposite sex. It's rare that I interact with a guy, but it's super rare that I interact with someone of the opposite sex. When I do, no disrespect to any of them, but I don't. There's not that thing that makes you want to flirt, and that's just the thing. I don't know how to describe that. I'm sure no one knows how to describe that. But you see something in a person, right? And you go, "Oh, that person would be fun to flirt with." See how I said that? You couldn't even be offended, right? How cool is that? I said she would just be fun to flirt with. I didn't
But you're
say
talking
anything
about me,
else like
right?
that.
Let's
I am
name
talking
names.
about you.
Oh, okay,
Yes,
okay.
I am talking
I thought for a
absolutely
second you
about
were talking
you.
about somebody else, and then I was gonna get sad. Yeah.
Katie
Tommy and I
Pie,
like
I
to
do not
flirt.
think I got an email about your son. Please send it Tell you what, if that's not working, just go Tommy Scoville at gmail.com. Tommy Scoville, gmail.com. And I will get it, I promise you. Reese, here we go. Reese, you say things we wish we could. We get to see a different side of the captain. You know what? I think that you get to see a more human side of me. You know, there was a period of time on the boat where I dated a girl, and she was a member of the crew of the lifeboat, and she took a hellacious amount of crap for being dating me, right? And we used a different name for her. We did everything we could to try to make sure that this person would not be found out. We are not together, have not been in a very long time, and they're still making videos about her. And that's just, I've taken down 3 videos the entire time, right, that I have had the lifeboat. And in every single one of them, it's because something was said horrific about a woman, and I'm not going to ever have that up. It's not worth the money to me. You know, some jackass said something that got through, so I took it down. And that's something that I feel strongly about, right? I really do. So, and you know what? I'm a good dude. I'll break up marriages, right? I'm 8 years new, right? But this guy's a good deal. He really is. That's the truth. Now, that being said, if by some chance, you know, I'm just saying that, that if by some chance, it's just, saying.
I am
Yeah, it's great to
honestly,
see.
you jumped the track, and I don't know what you're talking about. You were talking about a girl you were dating, and then is that girl married? I don't understand. You said if by some chance.
I had a girl on the boat that I used to date, and she got abused viciously for being associated with me,
I got that.
even though we used a different name, all of those things. But because of how we did it, no one got to see the interaction between me and that person because it was all, there was behind the scenes. So this is a part of me that no one ever gets to see, right? This is me, kind of being flirty. But I promise you, it's completely harmless until she's divorced. Yes, it's great to see you, Tommy, in a different light. When you are with Reese, it's like you guys are talking in your living room, right? I love how each time you talk, we can see a real friendship. Perfect, right? Yeah. And everybody just seems to dig it, right? And by the way, if you don't, come back. We don't do 7 shows a week, but you don't feel the need to say, I'm leaving. I never understood that one, right? People who feel the need to tell you that they're leaving, I feel the need to block them. I'm a jerk. You know what I mean? Don't do that to me. We want Q. I love that. That's the hashtag. I love that because I promise you we're going to get him out. Hold on one second. I wish I could have a friendship like the two of you share. What you all have is beautiful and it's rare. Do you know how many times I get that email, like word for word? I wish I had a friendship like the two of you do. The reason that people enjoy watching this is because it is a cool friendship. We don't yell at each other. Even when we argue, we don't raise our voices, right? I mean, it's usually it's just it's a better setup. And there's a little bit of flirting, right? Harmless.
Speak for
Harmless
yourself.
flirting.
There's a lot of flirting on my end. I
Is
like to
that
flirt with
right?
Tommy, guys. I do, yeah, and it's I'm not gonna sit here and pretend I don't. I'm not gonna try to deny it. Oh, yeah, that
You know what it
too.
was? See, I still can't do any of that stuff. You know what it was
That's how
though?
I feel
Hold on.
about the guy.
I can do this. Let's see if this does anything. Nothing? Nothing?
I haven't
It
seen
was
that one yet. Usually,
it was
it's
worth
just the other
it,
one.
it was worth a try. Uh See, look at this. I admire how you lift up each other's spirits and how light and happy you look during and after the show. I always get
I
happy,
love
fuzzy
her.
feeling watching the two of you together. How
Um,
cool is that? Right?
that is cool, and she is the person who's gonna make the wedding cake.
Excellent.
Mhm. Yep.
Excellent.
I hope you can attend, by the way. I hope you can be there.
Me?
Yeah. No, not you. The other guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
you.
No, I intend to be there. Thanks. I thought I was kind of like I was like invited.
Yeah, you're definitely invited. And I also love what you talked about last night afterwards. I thought that was so sweet of you.
Yeah. Well, I'm a pretty sweet person. I think you'd be
Yeah.
really surprised.
Yeah.
See
I
that?
like
He's right, Reese. He's right.
your diet afterward. He's right.
Yeah.
The only what?
I have absolutely no idea. But if she wrote he's right, it had to be about me, right? Like I'm putting that up there. What are the odds anyone's gonna say he's right? I'm putting it up there. I don't care what she's talking about. I don't care. That's it.
I love her.
That is a great question. What do you hope to overcome this year?
I love Wendy Mo.
That's a great question. What do you hope to overcome this year, Reese?
Oh, there's a lot of things that I'm working on. I love to work on.
Uh-huh.
I love going to therapy. And I would say I want to become more strong for myself and reach for answers within versus externally. I want to try to be a little bit kinder to myself, and I'm really trying to overcome that and see more beauty instead of just pure ugliness, which is usually my go-to. And a lot of that has to do with this channel, our channels. I've made so many close friendships that they're helping me with that. But the other thing I'd love to overcome is well, that's kind of what I just said, but like I don't feel like I'm good enough for so many people. I just don't feel like I'm
So
good enough.
so some esteem. You like to work on
Yeah,
some
I think that would be
self-esteem
good.
issues. I
Yeah,
think
what
that
about
would be
you?
healthy. I think that would be healthy. My goals for 2024. Um, I'd like to. There's a couple of things in terms of physical fitness that I intend to do. I'm almost exactly where I want to be. I really am. There's very little that I want to get done, but I'm going to be working on that. I think that's kind of important, and was kind of going to continue to flirt with Reese in hopes of getting her in the sack before 25.
I love that. That is so
You know,
cute.
you know the hell I'm going to get. You got to give him a sound bite every once in a
But it
while,
was
though. You know what I mean?
so worth it.
Right?
It
We
was
toss out that.
so,
There's your sound bite. There's your sound bite.
so worth it. And it would be such a fun time. I know it
Right?
would.
Right. Yeah. First
Yeah.
things first. I'm going to get in shape. Right. I
Well,
got
I'm
to
not
make
doing
sure.
that. So hopefully you don't mind a
No,
chill bump.
me. I said me. I have to get in shape.
Right, but I'm not in shape. Does that matter?
No,
I
you're in
really
shape.
like cheese enchiladas, and I don't wanna stop doing that.
You're in shape. What the hell you mean you're not in shape? Of course you're in shape.
Nope, I'm not.
Reese, you make us not only feel seen, which is huge, by the way. You make us feel loved and like we matter. You make us feel special. You know what that's called? Huh? It. You do that, right, on a camera, through a screen to people in other countries, in other states. It's friggin' wizardry, and you do it.
Katie Pie, thank you. Tommy, thank you.
I have no idea
I'm
that you're even doing
happy.
it.
No, I'm actually in denial about it right now, but I just saw Dr. Gretchen is in the chat. She's the psychologist that I spoke with the other day. And that's one of the things she just said. Where did it go? She said, "You're working on accepting compliments." And so instead of rejecting what Katie Pie just said, I'm going to tell you thank you. That makes me very emotional, but thank you. I hear that a lot with private messages. And guys, if I make you feel that way, it's because you are special and you're extremely special to me and we have a close connection. And I feel it right back from you. You make me feel just as much. So
Love
it's not an act, it's not something I'm just doing or you're just doing. I really, really love these people, Tommy. They mean everything to me.
it. And sorry, the standard joke in public speaking is the all you have to do is be completely 100% sincere. So if you can BS that, you're fine. Obviously, the punchline is nobody can BS that. So what happens is you're either a person who has it, right? You have that, or you don't, right? And that's, but you have it. You have it in
Well, thank
spades.
you.
I appreciate what you are saying, Tommy, about Reese. She is awesome and inspirational. I also have to say that phenomenal happenings are happening on Needing a Meeting. Please put the link up for that in the one of my wrenches. Put up Needing a Meeting. You know what Needing a Meeting is? I swear to God, it's the lifeboat 2 years ago. I go in and I lurk. There'll be like, 9 people, and I swear to you, it's like it's where we were a couple of years ago, and that's when it's the best, right? Because it's not 1,000 people, and you literally can work with every one of them, and it's awesome. It really is. So if you could get that up there, I would appreciate that. Sadly,
And
you'll
thank
get
you for
really big
saying
and
that.
popular. Yeah. Well, you know what? My audience is. By the way, Awakened by the Looking Glass has been here forever, forever. You definitely have something. Hear that?
Thank you, Starfish. That's very nice, guys. Thank you. I appreciate you saying this. You don't have to say it, but thank you.
You know what? This is funny. All right. You know what? What the hell? How's that?
Tommy does? Oh, I know I
Well,
do.
how's that? So I get flushed? Huh?
Do you? Do you feel any kind of
Uh,
flirty rush to your face?
apparently,
I always
uh,
do when we flirt. I get really
well,
I get
apparently.
pretty
I mean, I was
worked
I
up.
was very white in the beginning, right? Like no one's saying that
You do
anymore.
have a
So
little more
obviously,
color. You do have more color.
obviously, I have a little more color,
I I
right?
I will be totally honest. I get pretty worked up. I got pretty worked up last night. Yeah, I get flushed. Absolutely, I do.
Well,
In
that's a good thing.
in many places. Yeah.
That is. And this one said, I thought Tommy was crushing on Tampa B Man. Have you seen Tampa B Man? Huh?
She's a babe. How could you not?
She is a smoke show. I'm sorry, she really is. And
She's so
yeah,
cute.
she really is absolutely just an awful lot of fun to look at, and a very, very nice person. So, yeah, I mean,
She's the whole package.
I happen to have a crush on her as well. I think you'd be really surprised the number of people that I may have crushes on. Now, that said, I do not flirt with a lot of people, and there is a reason for that. I think that it takes a tremendous amount of effort. Maybe not for most, but for me. And do you know why? Because I'm better at it than anybody on planet Earth. You hear me? For real. Watch. I'm good. So I have to
That was
only
a
work with it. No, I'm
little
sorry.
much.
It's a very select group. So at the moment, I'm afraid that it's just Reese. So is what it is.
Ooh,
Um,
okay.
have I watched Reese in her Lady Co videos? She's fabulous. But you
Thank
have
you,
to say
Zelda.
fabulous.
Zelda, I hope you love your new jacket you got. Yeah, that is such a fun time. I really enjoy doing that. And it's just I'm kind of in my element there, guys. I love fashion and shopping, and it's just kind of something I've always loved. So Zelda, thank you for saying that, babe.
I actually have watched. There are very few things that I am a person who actually goes if I'm a friend, if I like you, I will absolutely go and check out the stuff that you do. I will try to support. It's hard because there's just so many of them, and very often I can just stop in and say hi, But I do I do try to to stop in, especially if people are killing it. I love people who edit really well because I'm so jealous of that. You know what I mean? Like the people that are good at it. Kelly Copter's amazing. Like she puts
I
together
love
videos that
helicopter.
yeah, she's just really good at what she does. I'm jealous as hell of
She's a
her
good
work.
friend too. I mean, personally, I just really love her a
Never
lot.
never met her, but I really do love the stuff that she does.
Yeah.
She's good at it. AC/DC. Not exactly sure where we're going with that, but that's always a solid answer. AC/DC.
That was my first concert. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's hard to go wrong with AC/DC as your first
Mhm.
concert. Man,
Oh,
that
yeah,
is
it was good.
awesome.
Yeah, it was real good.
Oh, that's very cool. That is very, very cool. I can talk to a married woman as a friend and never hit on them ever. I have too much respect for relationships. You know what?
Not all of us can do that.
Because of the fact that we are here and that there is, kind of thousands of people that are going to end up watching this. I might go a little bit further than I would in the real world, like that last crack about trying to get her in the sack by
I was gonna
25.
say it's gonna be a hashtag. Hashtag in the
That
sack by 2025.
that may have been a bit offsides on that one. You know what I mean? That
Oh, really?
probably was not.
Oh, I
I
loved
mean,
it.
it wasn't the most appropriate thing to say. If
Oh,
I if
well,
I could do it all over again, right? I
you
probably
would.
wouldn't do
You
that.
still would? Oh,
I,
okay.
I
Well,
would have
that's
I would have
okay. We're
said
not on the
Thanksgiving.
same page.
I'm sorry. Thought we could knock that out, but no better. Oh,
What about the
oh,
cruise? September is right before
that's right.
November. I mean,
That's right. By the way,
let's try to be more realistic.
and I have literally dropped four, right? Four excellent divorce jokes, and not one person has called me on it. I'm a little bummed out. If you guys aren't going to keep up, for real, if you're not going to keep up, I'm not going to put in the same amount of effort. I'm not. You know what I mean? Because that's going the extra mile, and they were good ones. They really were. They were
Oh,
excellent.
I caught them. I thought they were great.
Weren't they? I thought so. And of
Yeah,
course,
it was great.
I'm joking, but
It's a total joke,
nobody
guys.
wants to be my friends, Mary. I don't believe that. I don't believe that for a hot second. Nobody wants to be my friends. I don't believe that. You know what I have
Mary, that's
found?
nonsense, girl.
Do you know what I
And
have
your
found?
favorite singer
Sadly,
is John Mayer, Mary? I love John Mayer. See, we already have something in common.
there you go. Apparently, he's excellent in the sack. Like I'm not trying to like get
John
up into
Mayer?
everybody's. Yeah, I'm not trying to get up into everybody's business for real. But like that guy has got a reputation for being a quite a ladies' man.
I would rather take a bubble bath with my father.
That's just such a great expression for horrific. Like I love that. I really do. It's just so bad. How about the guy that he was on Saturday Night Live? I can't think of his name, but he used to play the liar, Tommy Flanagan, and they say that he is also a very popular guy in Hollywood. Just goes to show you.
Really? John
Yeah,
Mayer is supposed to be good in the sack?
that's what they say. That is what they say.
Gross. Yeah, I
Right?
couldn't. No.
Oh, we got a question for both. That's always fun. For both, what song would you say most fits your lives right now?
Elizabeth Bates, you're hilarious. What song? I don't know, Tommy. You start with that one.
You'd have to be a deadhead. If you were a deadhead, I could say the funniest thing right now, and I would just offend everybody so badly because the deadheads would be like, "Oh, that's great," because the opening line says something about stealing a wife from a husband or something. But I'm not going to do that. The song that best describes what's going on right now.
I'm trying to think a little Tom Petty.
You know what?
But I also think the song We're Gonna Karaoke is pretty good for us.
Yeah,
They're saying we're crazy. What do
that
they
is actually
know?
not a bad song. That is not a bad song. You know what? I'm gonna think. I cannot answer this one on the fly. I really can't because there is a perfect answer to this. I said, "Loving is what I got. Loving is what I got."
What I
I
got.
said, "Remember that." Yeah, we could do that. We could throw a little Sublime in on that. I could probably get away with that one.
I would think the Scientologists are probably singing Tom Petty's "Don't Come Around Here No More" when it comes to me.
Squeeze played at my college in 1988, and I listened to Black Coffee in bed from my dorm room. You are a very lucky person. I also saw that tour in 1988. I did not see it from my
Wildflowers, yeah,
dorm
that's
room.
good.
I
Oh yeah,
crawled through an
Gen
air
G.
conditioning. I crawled through an air conditioning vent to get into the concert. And this jackwagon who told me about it said, "Yeah, you just crawl in and then you drop out and you're right inside." I swear to you, it's like a 25-foot drop, right? And there's no warning. It's all in the black. So I'm like, "Oh, cool." So I lean out. It's just boom. Yeah, it almost killed me.
Wow,
But yeah, it was awful. Good concert though.
really
Really
great.
good concert.
Sounds fantastic.
You know what?
I don't know that song.
Well done. Well
What is
done.
it? I don't know
That's
that
it.
song.
Well, then you're going to have to look it up. But you know something? Well played. Seriously. That's a great song. That is a perfect song. Let's just put it this way. I promise you will be happy. It was a compliment.
Who's it by?
Who sings? It's a really, let's see.
Hef.
Must be some. It's like Pablo Cruz, or it's one of those It's one of those like, oh, I can't think of it right now.
Katie Fulton, you are hilarious. I love you, girl. Oh, I love her.
How's that? Day just a
A
little bit
little bit
long.
long. Yeah, that's
There
from
you
Dirty
go.
Dancing.
There you go. Dirty Dancing. Great film. Great
We're
film.
also gonna do Paradise by the Dashboard Light.
Yeah, yes.
Stop right
Absolutely.
there.
Yes. One of my top favorite songs and a go-to for karaoke. Really dig it.
Good.
Question. Thank you, Tommy. Before I hurt my hand yesterday, I cleaned a section of my room. Thank you for pushing your crew to be the best that they can be. Thank
I
you,
love
Mary.
that.
I love Mary too. I really do. I love Mary. You know what? I bust a lot of people's chops about doing some of the smallest and most insignificant things, but those really insignificant things add up to wildly huge things. Oh no. You know what? Lisa from Jersey. Good one.
Hold on.
Good one.
Yeah. Was that a one-hit wonder?
Uh
Was that Head East?
no, that was not a one-hit wonder. Wasn't that Asia? No. She must be somebody. No, I think it's the Cars. You know what
Oh, I
though?
think you're right. It is the Cars.
It's the
I
Cars.
love
There we
how
go.
did I no, it's not. It's 38 Special.
Oh wow, never would have
It's
got it.
38 Special. Yep.
Never would have got that.
I would have gotten that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have gotten that. Zena Turner, I'll sing a song with you on the cruise, girl. Um, yeah, I love the
It's
Cars. I would have been mad at
it,
myself had I gotten that
it's
wrong.
it's simply a rumor. I assure you,
Yeah. Oh,
it is a
it's
rumor.
no, it's pretty good, Elizabeth. It's a pretty
It
good
is
one.
a rumor.
Never Been Any Reason was Hetty's. That's right, Miss Dragon. That's a good song too. You know, that's actually a fun song to karaoke. Two people. Say
Okay.
what I'm going down.
Follow up to my music question, both of you.
Oh, that's a good
What would be
JD's
your
got some good
first?
questions.
Right, JD's seriously playing for keeps. What would be your first song request at your cruise prom?
Has to be 80s, Tommy, don't you think? It has to be an 80s song.
I'm probably gonna go a little before the 80s. Oh, my kitty is chasing birds in her sleep.
Oh,
So
cute.
funny when she does that. Yeah,
That's
it's so
adorable.
funny.
Wait, what about a
Um,
70s then? 70s song?
yeah, I could go with 70s. I mean, I dig the 70s.
Maybe a little
I
Blood, Sweat, and
probably
Tears?
I like Blood, Sweat, and Tears,
Me too, me
but
too.
I think I probably for the first dance, I think I would probably go with Etta James. I'm a pretty big Etta James fan, and seeing as these things always take way more time than you want them to, even if they seem to come at very quickly. At last is probably a better tune to play for that particular tune. I could be wrong, but
Oh my
I think
god,
that.
that's so sweet. I danced with Fred to that song, and I really hope
Oh,
we
how beautiful!
Yes, it was so nice. Now, do you dance?
Um, if I'm choreographed, I mean, I've done a lot of dancing in my life, but I've never danced if I wasn't choreographed. You know, I'm not particularly good, but if you show me dance moves, I can do them. You know,
Yeah, but
I
can't you could dance to that song, right? Like, I don't know how to dance, but I know I could dance to
absolutely.
that.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you
yeah,
can
yeah,
just
yeah. Oh
kinda
yeah, 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 yeah,
sway
yeah,
and
yeah.
yeah,
No,
it's
no,
just a
no, no.
slow
That I can
song.
do. Yes. No, a slow dance. Yes, I can. I can slow dance. I
Okay,
promise.
are we doing that?
That
I
I
didn't I forgot that proms have dancing. I didn't even think about that
right.
part. Are we doing
I
that?
thought unless you can come up with one that's better than At Last, but I thought that was pretty solid. You
That's
know,
a really golden answer. I don't think we can do better than that, honestly. I don't know.
it's pretty solid. It's pretty
Yeah,
solid.
that's pretty good. Hopefully, maybe Joe Virus is coming because he's a DJ. Maybe he can do that. If not, he can do that at the wedding because he's going to
Right?
DJ the wedding.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a great
Starfish
song.
Starfish 21. The fact that you know this is huge, right? because there are so many people on this planet who spend their entire life peeling the onion and never finding out exactly what it is, even if it should be painfully obvious, if it should be smacking you in the back of the head. I work with people every day who simply cannot get to what the problem is that causes most of the issues that we have in our life. And if that's it, then you got to know that sadly he was defective, right? But that wasn't you. You're not
It's
defective.
That's
He
right,
was.
Starfish. He's right. It's something I'm learning, but he's right. It's something I also want to overcome this year. There was a comment just that by Mara Mallow. I
Uh-huh.
can't click on it, but I'm gonna read it. You don't have to find it. It's
Okay.
okay. She's a close friend of mine. She lives like a mile from my house. I've known her since I was 19 years old.
Wow.
Got me in my feels now, guys. Really miss my guy. Her husband John, who was also a friend, passed away last year, and I went to the funeral. And that's the last time I saw her. Mara, I just wanted to tell you I saw your comment and I love you and I think about you all the time. Losing a husband is really, really hard, especially one like yours. You guys were perfect for each other. Tommy, they had that kind of love you talk about that you see. And
Yeah.
they have two really, really beautiful kids. And Mara, I just think yes, I love you too. I think you are such a really lovely human being. And I just wanted to acknowledge that I think about you all the time. And I'm sorry that you lost him still.
Yeah, yeah, I am too.
Mara, it would
That's
be amazing if you could come on the cruise.
yeah, that would be awesome.
Wouldn't that
Absolutely
be
would.
cool? We could fly together. We could fly together out of Kansas City.
Um, you know what? I'm not gonna highlight. I'm not highlighting anything that's not nice today. That's just not what I'm doing. But
Did
if you
somebody
left a
leave a not
comment that
nice comment?
well, you know what? It wasn't horrible. But you know what? It was your free pass, right? Try another one. Let's see how Tommy does. Wow, a nice thing to say. I adore you too. I really do. I mean that. Oh, Susie Q. Uh, Third Eye Blind. Um, I don't know that I
All
can think
right.
of anything Third Eye Blind does.
Oh, yeah. Really? They were a good 90s
Yeah,
band.
I cannot think of one.
I love Deep Inside of You. That's truly a song.
Oh, I thought you were just
I know you did. That's
sorry.
why I had to clear. I see I'm already in your head. I can read your thoughts pretty well. Semi Charmed Life. That was a pretty big one.
Oh, I remember that one. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
that was a good tune. That was
Oh,
actually a
remember that
really good
song,
tune.
How's It Gonna Be?
Yeah.
That was a sad song.
Oops.
Do you remember that one?
I do.
From
I do.
1997. Wow, I'm gonna add that to my playlist.
Sorry. Sorry, goodness. Sorry,
You
sorry,
know, there was
sorry.
a
I
few
was
good bands out of the 90s. I also love the Counting Crows. Did you know they're from Omaha?
I did not.
Yeah,
What's
they
the
were a great band.
what about Harvey Danger? Do you remember Harvey Danger?
Yeah, Flagpole Sitta.
Yeah, I love that song.
Of course
What
you do.
that one come on, that's a good tune. I had visions, I was in them, I was looking into
Yeah.
the mirror to see a
Uh,
little bit clearer.
yep.
The rottenness of evil in me. All right. Reese, could you talk to Tommy about painting his walls with color?
You know,
In
Ben,
Tommy's
Tommy doesn't do
defense,
anything I ask him to do.
that's not entirely true.
It's not?
No. Well, okay. Maybe maybe. So in my defense, I just got here. So I am going to be painting. I promise you. I am going to be painting. But it is an excellent suggestion. It really is. I mean that.
Yeah, I do like a little color on the walls, Tommy, myself.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, no, guys, you know, it's kind of funny. I've had more than one person reach out to me and say, Tommy, blah, 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 blah. Can you get him to blah, blah, like almost like we're married? It's kind of funny. I don't know. I love Bittersweet Symphony. That was a great song. Um, I um, I want to clarify that right now. I wish I could get Tommy to do things, but so far in our relationship, he's kind of rugged. He's a little wild. He doesn't even answer my texts half the time. So
Oh, that's not true. I always answer it.
sometimes,
I
sometimes you flake
always
out.
answer it.
Sometimes you're a bit of a flake. But wait, Tommy's not a puppet? No, he is not. Now, I've heard the rumor though that like men will do things, like the power of the P usually makes that happen. I haven't experienced that yet. I am currently married and I can't I've been waiting to have this light bulb change for over a month now. It still hasn't happened. I don't know.
Just will not happen. I'm not surprised at all by that.
Yeah, I can't.
Love you, Reese. Love you, Tommy. Thank you for being amazing, caring people who always make us feel loved and welcome. Hugs from me to both of you. I appreciate that.
Sweetie pie,
And,
I
and I'll
love
tell
you,
you,
girl.
and I'll tell you something else, people, just so that you know that I'm not a jerk, right? I have absolutely no problem whatsoever with people who have opinions that differ from mine. I have no problem with that. Seriously, I think that's how the world is supposed to get along. You've watched Reese and I do it without ever a harsh word, right? Work through problems we have with people watching and never a harsh word. So if your opinion, right, is stated in a way that is mean, then you're doing it for a reason other than, right? And for that,
For
uh,
sport.
I get rid of you because I don't like mean people, and you're in my boat. So um,
And
I'm
that goes
not.
on
I'm
both
not.
channels. That goes on both
Yeah,
channels. But my mods know that. I think your mods know that, Tommy.
yeah. I just I don't want anybody thinking I'm being a jerk, but there are some people that might get uh,
That's genius,
remember
Wilma.
Tom.
If you want a man to start wait. Oh my god. If you want a man to do something, start doing it wrong.
That's actually a really, really, really funny thing to say. That's
That's
actually
genius.
a really funny thing to say.
Um the secret is struggling with the step stool. I'm not getting on a step stool. Wow. Start doing it wrong.
Just a
Okay.
kindly reminder: this is not an airport. There is no need to announce your departure. Please kindly, you know
F off
what?
and forever.
Right into the forever. I love you, Barb. By the
I
way,
love Barb.
you're gonna get so sick of me saying this, but I don't care. The woman has a voice like an angel. I
She
swear to
does.
God, it is going to drop you. Like the first time you hear it, you go. I was in a room with like 70 people, and every single person in the room went like turned and
That's
looked like who
amazing.
who was singing. Yeah, my
Not to
brother
mention she's just a beautiful soul. I love her.
truly. And she puts up with me, and I'm a jackass, and she has to put up with me because yeah. Um, wow, isn't that a funny question? Isn't that a funny question? Am I sure that I want to be trapped on a cruise ship with all of my fans? Yeah, yeah, no, I'm absolutely sure of that. Boats are really, really big, so we're all going to get opportunities to go and do the things that we want to do. Right? We're going to go and tour the boat, check things out, right? Do things like that. I will probably create a little bit of content, that kind of thing. I have a prom I have to go to, right? But no, I don't. I don't think that it's going to be a bad aid. I'm looking forward to being on there with the fans. I really am. And of course, well, I mean, it is a prom. I'm batting 1,000 on proms, people. I'm just saying. I'm going.
Yeah,
Sorry,
if you
batting a
stand me up, you won't
batting a
come back
thousand.
from that.
No,
So
no, I
many
understand.
thousands of people will be angry with you.
Yeah, no, no. I've
Um,
never stood. I've never stood up anybody for a prom either. I mean, that's pretty jacked up. I've never stood up anybody for any reason unless something physically happened. I crashed a car or something like that. Right. Um,
um, and you know what? Thinking, Dylan, I'm going to answer you in a minute. Guys, also, I mean, that is kind of more of a serious question, what Starfish is asking, because I worry about it a little bit myself. We can always go back to our rooms, if you need a break or a breather, if there's too much going on. But I think people will be respectful of our, I don't know. Sometimes I get overwhelmed, like big crowds of people. Now this is different because it's our people. This is why I'm going. I don't even like cruises, but I'm going to do it because I love, love, love everybody.
right.
And Dylan Blow Drill just asked, let me think, where was that? Where's it going? Two questions. Abigail, I need to ask Tommy something. See, get people, Tommy, People constantly are like, Reese, can you get Tommy to? Is that going to
Right? Like
work?
you got the
Is
juice
that
card.
eventually going
Anna,
to work?
thank you so much. Hopefully, maybe someday that'll work.
Where are you going on your cruise? Blow drill, Dylan. Can you remember Curacao, Dominican Republic? Was it the Caribbean? Yeah. And it
Yeah,
goes
I'm not.
out of oh, here we go. It leaves thank you, retired Red. It leaves Miami to Aruba, Curacao, Romana, Amber Cove, back to Miami. Okay. So I was wrong.
Okay. Okay.
Tommy,
Thank
did
you so much, Anna.
Abigail wants to know. Oh, thank you, Annie. Sorry to cut you off. Abigail wants to know if you got your blanket.
No, I have not been though. I need to go to pick up everything. In fact, they emailed me today with a "What the hell is wrong with you? Please come down here and get your stuff." So I will do that
Okay.
tomorrow. I promise.
And I'll try to
Reese, do you have
remind
zero? Do you have zero boundaries? Because this kind of leads me to believe that you have zero boundaries.
that is correct. I because of Scientology, I don't have any boundaries. Have you seen my channel?
Just thinking.
I
I
don't have any
love Anna
boundaries.
James. At last, beautiful song. If that song does just not get you in the mood, that song is just do 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 do
I
do
would
do
love to dance. I
do.
forgot that proms have dancing.
I love Alice Cooper. Her daughter was
Who
raised
doesn't?
on Alice Cooper. Even got to see him 5 years ago in concert.
That's cool,
Alice Cooper
Cher.
is awesome.
Dylan,
Reese,
I
you are
hope you can
boat
come.
approved. Did you hear that? Look at that. Boom. And
Deeming, I
Demon
love
knows
you.
you are
I
boat
love
approved. You
Deeming.
can hold your own. We like that you're the Tommy whisperer.
That's so sweet. The relatable boat.
That is really really funny. The
Deeming,
Tommy whisperer.
I've heard
I have
people
not
say it
heard that.
before. I
Yeah,
have. People
that's
have said you're the Tommy whisperer. You get him to do things. That's not true, guys. He doesn't do anything. Gretchen, will you be live streaming the prom? Yes, I would say yes to that.
80% of it. Oh
He's
no,
on
I didn't
fire
mean it like
tonight.
that. I didn't mean it
Oh, I
like that.
did.
Like
Sorry.
you don't want to sit there and watch us eat, right? And like the silly parts of it, but the rest of it we're going to film. Just the 80% that. Oh no, that other part we're filming. That's yeah. It'll be on a different platform.
For my my other channel.
Correct.
Only feet.
Only feet. You're just gonna do the feet thing.
That's my other
Tommy
channel.
Pound Town. Okay. Reese, did anyone do a silly video of you and Tommy like the AA Ron one?
No, but I wish they would.
I don't know the video of which you speak. Lisa Trimble. I love Lisa. Oh, this is a good one too. This is really a good one. This is a really good one. This is a really good one, right?
Aw.
So, what is your greatest wish to come true for each other this year?
You're
Were you
on.
wanting? Oh, you
You're
were
on.
wanting
You got the
me.
floor,
You were wanting
Captain.
me to go. You were wanting me to go first. Um,
Mhm.
I would. I would honestly. I would like to see you move slightly forward in self awareness. I think that you don't have to be arrogant. You don't have to be any of those things, but self awareness is a beautiful thing, and I think it will benefit you. You're always going to be a little uncomfortable from compliments. It's one of those things, right? But self awareness. That's my wish for you, and that other thing I mentioned in 25.
Oh, I thought we were pushing that deadline up.
We were to Halloween.
Oh,
Yeah.
October. I said September. October? Fine.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
Somewhere in the middle.
we're there's a boat somewhere in there. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Okay. Okay. I would say for Tommy, I worry about Tommy all the time, round the clock. It's a full-time job. I worry about him. I would say my wish for him this year would be top of my list would be health. I worry about his health. I know that he's also on top of his health though. Like I trust Tommy a lot. because I know he knows his body very well and he takes it seriously. I love that about him. Um, but I just kind of hope for good outcomes, good numbers with all the testing, things like that. But the other thing, Tommy, you said self-awareness. For me, it's not self-awareness for you, but sometimes I get a glimpse of it, just little glimpses of you, and I think we're similar here. I think you pull away sometimes. I think you have, well, I know you do. You've told me you have trust issues. And I kind of hope, I texted you yesterday and I said you were acting kind of like you were pulling away a little bit. This was 2 days ago, I think. And I said to you, I was very clear and concise and I said, "Do you understand what I'm saying?" And then I said, "I am not the enemy."
Yes.
Right? So I kind of hope that you can button that up and see what's more black and white. Trust things more.
You know what? Trust would be great. That's something that I would be really really happy if I could work on that for 24. That would be a big one. It really would.
I love you, Susie CJ.
It factor activated. There you go.
I love
Flirting
Susie.
is subjective. Someone says. Flirting is subjective, and it is. You know, one person's flirting is another person's, whatever. And the truth is, we're if I was doing this right now, right, and none of you were here, and I was sitting on a couch, right, and the light was dim, and I was going, "Hey, I want to talk to you about something," and I'd start leaning in. Yeah, that's filthy. Right?
Go on.
That would not be a good thing, right? That would not be a good thing.
Oh, it's not a good thing. Okay, sorry.
No,
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 you
no, it's a
yeah.
bad thing.
No, it's a bad
That would be
thing.
a bad
Right.
thing. Yes, that would be a
Yeah,
bad thing.
sorry.
If, however, right?
I thought you were talking about something else.
Yes, no. If, however, right? I'm not that guy, people. It's the flirting. Now, you know what? It's not like I'm really going to follow through with it unless she lets me. So don't make a big deal of it and start making it out like it's something that it's not. Right?
Quit making it into a big deal, guys.
Right.
Question, what
Exactly.
is the ship is this cruise on? It's on the Carnival, I think, right? Carnival. Yeah. Guys,
I love that. I love that. Did you like really catch her? Because I don't know. Is that like a bust? Oh, it is.
what?
Because the look on your face. Because the look on your face, you have that look.
Yeah, I
Reese, you are twirling your hair like a little schoolgirl. That is so
sorry.
cute. No, don't
Sorry.
stop. No, don't stop. Please don't
I
stop.
did not realize I was doing it, but I've been doing it the whole time, haven't I?
You've been doing it a lot.
Sorry.
Yeehaw.
Okay. I have a lot of hair.
You do. I don't. I don't. Tommy, gotta tell you, I talked to my grandson in Tucson who had his 4th birthday today. Got
Is
a
that
Spider-Man
is that
watch.
Patty? Is that
Yeah.
Patty saying that?
It is.
I
Patty
love her.
got a Spider-Man watch. Lost it when we FaceTimed, and he stuck it right up to the camera. How cool is that?
That is
How
so
cool is
cute,
that?
Patty. That's
Every
adorable.
single time I went to shows, every single time I did watch shows, I would bring 40 or 50 watches that are just, you know what I mean? They're not big name watches. They're not from good companies. They might be $10 or $15. Honestly, you can
I
buy them
love
by
your
the pound.
watches.
You can buy them by the pound. Why, thank you. And when people would come in with children out, we would give them out. Like anybody that walked by would be like, "Ah, you want one?" Because we're trying to keep the. But believe it or not, watches are actually making a very serious comeback. You would think that because of the phones, people would be getting rid of them, but it's simply not the case.
No, I believe that. Tommy, again, I keep wanting to purchase a watch from you, and I keep thinking that you don't want money because I have
I
asked you more than thrice. More than thrice.
I don't want your money. I believe I told you very specifically that I am going to be sending an entire group of watches for you to look at and pick from. And then you're going to say, "This is the one I want," or "I want these two." We're going
Yeah,
to
but
do it
when are you
that way.
going to
It's
do
going
it?
to
I've
make it a
asked
lot
you
easier.
thrice. When are you going to do it?
Um, I was planning on doing it so that you had your friend there to help you choose, because you had been talking about having a friend there that would help. And I'm not the friend, people. Before any of you start
Um,
getting all weird,
do you have a fake one I can buy? I don't even care if it's real. I'll buy a fake Rolex.
I don't do that. I don't do
Okay.
that. Do you know why too? Honestly, everybody listen up on this. I hate to jump up on a soapbox because it looks funny and it's like, it's no big deal. It's just the people that make those fake watches literally are slaves. Like the counterfeit industry is the worst in the world. What they do to the people that are working those, it is not a victimless crime. It is a awful crime. So please don't do it. It hurts kids. I'm telling you the truth. Sorry, not to
Uh,
be a buzzkill. Love you two together. You make me laugh. It's so much fun. Reese, I get your humor and I love it. See that? Sandy Wendy says, Reese is cool. Yeah.
all right. I think my son said that the other night on a live with me. He was like, "No, you have some good things about you, mom." He's like, "You have, there's a few good qualities there." So, Sandy, Wendy, very similar. Thank you. It's very sweet.
Uh, oh, how do you feel about crying while speaking on your channels?
Oh, I do it all the time, especially depending on what time of the month. If I'm on my period, it's Shark Week, definitely a yes. And then right now I'm ovulating. It's probably going to get real sad tomorrow. I'm going to do a live tomorrow about my husband who died, Fred. Tomorrow is the start of Freduary because he was born February 8th, and it
I
will be
love
his
that.
100th birthday, February 8th. This February 8th, it will be his 100th birthday, but I'm flying that day to Clearwater. So I'm going to do a live tomorrow all about the life of Fred and how we met and how it ended. And it's Freduary starting tomorrow.
Oh, that's so cool. It
There
really
will
is.
be
That's so
tears.
cool.
Speaking of
Yeah,
watches, go
yes.
on.
I
Tommy
I
cries
have
sometimes.
I have never had to deal with that on my channel. Fortunately, I am one of those guys that doesn't break down. But if it ever comes up, I think I could probably handle it. I cry every single show, people. If you've never watched The Lifeboat, I cry a lot. I am a emotional cripple, and guess what? I don't care. The guys that want to pick on me for it, really, it says a great deal about the brain pans, right? So do what you do. I'm to the point now in life where I promise you there's not much that bothers me. There really isn't.
I get
Tampa
very
B
emotional, guys.
Tampa B says I would definitely flirt with you, Tommy, but she's lying because I've been trying to flirt with her now for months and she doesn't do it. So I'm
She'd
just
flirt with
saying
you.
I'm as
Um,
pale as a paper plate. You look a lot more tan than I am, right? For real. I really do
I
look a
think you
little
got some
bit.
color.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Maybe I need to. But the goatee is coming in, right? Do you know how hard this is? I have to keep doing it. Right? I have to keep dyeing it so I don't get a white goatee.
I was going
Right?
to say
I have
mine
to.
grows in just fine.
You do not have a
Yes,
goatee. Would
I
you please
do. I
stop
am
that?
Italian. Yes, I
So,
do.
so am I. Oh wow! How cool is that? How cool is that? Brittany says because I found this Reese's channel, it inspired me to do my hair and makeup again and start caring about myself again. Baby steps. Tell you something.
Brittany,
It's beautiful. It really is. The smallest steps that make you move in the right direction change the world. Really does. It's the
I
smallest things,
love
man.
that though. Just as
I
being
do
a
too.
female, I love that. Your hair and
Love it.
makeup again. I love doing
Love
my
it.
hair and makeup. I don't know how to do it, but I love doing it. Brittany, good for you.
That's a honestly, that is one of the coolest things ever. It
It
really
is.
is. It's one of the coolest things
Oh,
ever.
I love it. It never gets old hearing that. Do you know how many women have said that to me, Tommy? Like,
I love
because of
it.
you, I ordered all this makeup and I'm trying to like one lady was like, I don't wear sweatpants anymore because of you. Like, I'm really trying to get dressed more. I love that. I love
That is
that.
so cool.
I know.
Yeah, that's gotta feel good. When you start getting things like that, it goes a long way to keeping you doing it
Well,
on days where maybe you don't feel like doing it.
and let's be honest, it'll get you a couple of boyfriends, and that's the goal.
Right? You've done all right on the boyfriend. Guys.
Got to get a few of those.
Nonsense. You just need one big Italian. That's all. You don't
Oh,
need
really?
yeah, it's one big
I don't think I've
Italian.
ever been with an Italian before.
Really?
I don't think so. Mm-mm.
Well then. Do. Yay!
I
I caught a
love it
live.
when
Hey,
he
Reese.
dials it up. Hmm?
Do, 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 do,
What were you saying?
do.
Somebody said hello.
I was just saying, right, how very happy I am that I'm sorry, Nicole was finally able to catch one of your lives, and you actually caught one that you two for the price of one, because I'm here as well. So
Tommy is here as well, Nicole. Thank you, Nicole.
yeah,
I
very
love
very
that.
very very happy that you're here. Look at this. Someone else has an idea.
We pushed
Goals
the date up.
in the sack for 2025. See that?
Hashtag, yeah,
All right.
goals. Guys, we pushed the
Hashtag
date up
quicker.
though on that.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Lumen, I love that
Zeno,
comment.
he's
You've
just
nearly
ignoring our.
convinced me to date again, Reese. Zena Turner, that's amazing. Get a couple boyfriends. Get more than one. Hey, Brian, what were you saying, Tommy? Go on.
You have encouraged somebody to start dating again. Do it. Do it. Get out there and
Again,
do it.
get a
Right.
few of them. Get a few of them.
Right. Yeah. Start at a coffee shop. Right. Do it out in public. Do it out in the do
Whole
it during the
Foods.
day.
Whole
Yeah.
Foods is a good place to get
Yeah.
somebody. Do it. You
Excellent,
go
because they
up
got
to the
those pool
pickles.
tables right inside. There's always
Oh,
this yeah, the place
oh
is
no, no.
awesome.
You go up to the pickles and you say, "Hey, big fella, do you like dill or bread and butter?"
Nice.
And it works
Nice.
every time.
Oh, I
60% of the
believe that.
time, it works every time. Xenu, get Tommy to have a crush on me too. I'm sure he already does. He's not very I don't think he's very loyal, to be honest. I don't know that I want to accomplish this 2024 goal because I don't Tommy,
So you're
Tommy, you're not
thinking
even
that
Tommy, pay
oh, I'm
attention.
looking directly at you. I'm looking directly
Okay.
at you as you
I
speak.
I can't have sister wives. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, yeah, I can see that. I
Kind of
can
funny about
absolutely
it.
see that.
I'm kind of
Yeah,
territorial, honestly. So I
yeah.
don't know. I don't know that I can trust that about you.
Yeah, no. I can see where you would come from, I mean, in the thought process thing, but I'll be really honest with you. I've kind of like I'm certainly not trying to up my number count. I'm not trying to like to notch the belt or do anything remotely like that. Seventh son, I flirt with you constantly. In fact, have I hugged you? Have I more than
Regina.
once? I've never hugged Reese, but I've hugged you multiple times. Right?
Regina said, "I'm 64. Do you think that pickle line will work?"
Absolutely, absolutely,
Guaranteed.
it will.
Guaranteed.
Guaranteed. This I love this one every time. Right? No, Tampa Bay is a man, but I kind of get down like that. Doesn't matter to me much. I'm willing to flirt either way. Right? Why is it got to be just one? Seriously, it's no big deal. No, she is absolutely she is a lovely woman. She really is, and a smoke show. My glasses are fogging up. I blame Reese. Yeah, I blame Reese.
Really? Do I make you
Yeah,
that steamy?
you
I'm
did
not
it.
even flirting with you that much tonight. I am subdued because I'm not on my channel. I'm
Um,
trying to keep it chill. I'm trying to keep it real chill.
yeah, I got Michael J says Tommy's back. I was going to show you my back. It's covered in ink. Got this big tattoo thing back there, but maybe some other time. We'll do it on another time. No, I've never ever snubbed seventh. Make no mistake, I will never ever snub seventh. I have literally gone out and hugged the man in person. He is absolutely a friend, and I flirt with him on a pretty regular basis. I think he might be a little freaked out, by my flirting. It's all right. Some people are. Some people are. Um, I'm not mad at you. I'm really not.
Analytical blarney, that's true. Reese doesn't want to be, I'm just a notch in your bedpost, but you're just a line in this song. That's true.
Say that again.
Somebody just said Reese doesn't want to be, I'm just a notch in your bedpost, but you're just a line in this song. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I'm a Cancer sign.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. It's it is kind of funny though, because I am it's one of those things that um as gentlemen get older, right? We become this entity that is men, right? We're no longer like Tommy Scoville and Johnny Scoville or Seven Son or whatever, right? We are men. And then at that point you can say stuff like men don't like women who are above the age of this, or men don't like women who dress this way. Men don't like real breasts. Men don't like fake breasts. Men don't like tall women. Men don't like. I got news for you. I don't know who the hell you're talking to about this stuff, right? Seriously, I'm a man. No one's asked me any of this stuff, but I spent a little over 13 years surrounded by men who spent all day long looking at magazines, right? Because there were no women to look at. So I think I probably have a better finger on the pulse, right? Of this entity that is guys that you all seem to be able to talk to us about. I promise you, um, it really is very, very different than you think it is. Yeah, very different. So when you start doing Tommy does this, or Tommy's going to get, I am absolutely looking to settle down and be a one woman man for the rest of my life. That is what I want. And I'm not kidding. I have said from Jump Street, I have been hunting from the word go, but I don't want to date. I don't want to go out. I don't want to do movies. I don't want to do all of that crap. I want to find somebody that lights my world on fire, right? I want to be, oh, Jesus clouds, like that kind of thing. And then I want to spend the rest of my life with that person. And I don't want to stop holding their hand. What do you think of that?
Oh my
I want
God,
to,
that's so cute.
yeah, well, I peed away a lot of my life, right? If I fall in love with the perfect person, right? If I find the perfect person, I've already stolen 13 years that I'm not going to be able to spend with them, right? But the average jackwagon spends about 15 minutes to an hour a day with their wife. I intend to spend 11 hours a day with my wife and then go to bed with her, right?
Tommy,
So by the time it's all said and done, I'm going to get back everything that I missed. You watch. It's
that
just
is
going to be a
so
little bit
sweet.
differently.
And I especially love that because when I was married to Fred, that was the only man I've ever been with that did what you just described. He spent Fred, let me just say this real quick, and then I know you probably have to go. Fred had a lunch that he would go to every Friday with his friends for decades, a long time. It was a tradition. When we were together, he stopped. And I was like, babe, go. It's okay, go. And he'd go, nope, I'd rather be with you. He just stopped all those routines. And I was like, your friends are going to hate me. And he was like, nope, I'd rather be with you. And another thing, we held hands all the time in our sleep. When we would drive the car, he would hold my hand. And so when I drive my car, sometimes I put my hand over in the passenger seat and pretend I'm holding his hand because he did it with me all the time. And I think that's
Uh,
so sweet. I did not know there was another person out there that felt that way. February, that's right.
yeah.
Isn't that
Well,
sweet?
that's a beautiful thing. I mean, you know what? Look, the I don't care what rock band you like or don't like, right? I don't care about any of that. You'd really struggle, right, to say that the Beatles were unsuccessful. They were a pretty successful rock band as far as it goes. And the first hit, right, the first one that they came out with, it wasn't, I'm gonna, the songs that we have today about, the body parts and this and that. It was, I want to hold your hand.
Mhm.
Think about it.
Do you know
That launched that.
underrated that
I just
is?
want to hold your hand,
Yes. Hand
right?
holding is super, super underrated. Like,
Yeah.
it's so much fun to hold somebody's hand. I haven't done that in a long time. Guys, try it. Give it a try. It is so much fun to hold hands.
And you know what? If you're holding that person's hand and it does not feel absolutely magical, you settled. I'm sorry, but you did. Now, doesn't mean you can't go running off and trying to fix it, right? Let's go get some professionals and see if there's something that you can do. But you know what? I'm not settling. The person that I'm going to spend the rest of my life with, I'm not going to let go of that person's hand because I'm going to want to hold that hand. Not because
That
I'm
is
trying to make that person happy or any of that crap. It's going to be because I am going to be in love to the point where, I missed out on a lot of this. Right? I missed out on a lot of this, and I'm not going to live my life the way other people do. Right? I'm going to spend a little bit more time with my wife. And the guys that
that
say
is
stuff like, I got to get away from the old lady. I literally, right? It's
then
never
get
made a fart
divorced.
bit of sense to me. Yeah, right.
Yeah, then get
Exactly.
divorced. Yeah, I never
What are you
understood that
doing?
either.
Right. It's
Yep.
simple as hell. Honestly, it's simple. Just, leave her. You could do that every
Yep.
single night. You'll be miserable. Yeah.
Tommy,
That's
you're adorable.
why. Thank you. The uh,
You're
the
so
the
cute.
the holding hands and the kissing and all of that is honestly, it's just stuff that people seem to have forgotten about. If you listen to the
Should
music
be
that they
natural.
sing today, they sing music today that is so foul. Look, I went to prison, and I hear these lyrics and go, you got to be kidding me, man. Like they literally can say this. I want to hold your hand, right? Man, things used
Yeah.
to just be a whole lot nicer. They really
It's
did. It
it's
used to be.
it's super sweet, and yeah, it's underrated, guys. Hand holding is so fun. I used to do it all the time. I really miss it. It was so sweet. Such a form
Yeah,
of endearment.
yeah. And you know
Old
what?
school. It's old school romantic is what it is.
And as simple as it is, right? If it's real, right? If that's real, you go like this, and your brain does that same crap that I'm always talking about, right? Your brain
Butterflies.
kicks on all of those chemicals, right? Those chemicals are drugs. I spent 30 freaking years spending millions of dollars trying to get that feeling, right? For real. That's what we're all trying to get, right? We try it with
Yeah.
Coke, we try it with heroin, we try it with booze, we try it with everything, right? What we're looking for is that feeling where you just think, you know what? This is perfect. If I
I
die right
love it.
now, I'm where I want to be. If it ends
It's my
right now,
favorite
this
thing.
is good.
Everything you're saying is my favorite thing. I love to
Well, they've
recreate that all the time. It's so much fun.
they've yet to make that drug, right? They've yet to make that drug. By the way, tried every one of them. They quite simply don't make it. So you
There's
have to
nothing
do it
like
with
it.
no, there isn't. So you've got to yeah, you got to actually go out and find the person. It's sad, but it's how it works.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, and I'm sorry that romantic guys creep you out, Alana. I really am. I'm sorry that happened, and it happens a
What?
lot. Well, she said, her ex was super romantic and he was cheating the whole time, and that sucks. It really does. And
That's
we deal with
heartbreaking.
this. It is, and we deal with this. This is something that comes up virtually every day in the things that I do, and I know how hard it is. I really do. I'm not making light of it. By the way, I bought a dozen roses, right? And I walked in and caught my wife doing something with a man that you would not want to see, right? Ever. Okay. So I've been there, right? However, I'm not going to give up roses. I'm not going to give up houses. I'm not going to give up women. And I'm not picking on you. But what we need to do very often is we need to find this guy right here, right? And get this guy because this dude's the piece of shit. It's not the romantic men on the planet, right? It's this guy who's a piece of shit. So if we can actually get that and get that taken care of, it is liberating. Do you know that forgiveness, if you take that word and bring it all the way back to its original, it doesn't mean everything is cool. You and I are all right. I'm not at all mad anymore, right? The literal root, right? The etymology is to give away, right? To give away. So give that shit away, right? Give it away to something else, man. DM, right? It just went to his forever home. He has been given, right, to the fellas. Doesn't have to forgive him. You don't have to sit there and think, yeah, you're all right with me in my book. No, I'm just not letting you take up any more space in my freaking head, right?
That's
You're
true.
gone. Yeah, that's it. And I'm not saying it's easy. I am not saying it's easy, Alana, and I hope that I did not upset you, but um, it is a shit world. I'm sorry, it is, and where there's just nobody, right? There's just nobody that doesn't have something that is just awful, right? Awful. And the beauty, and maybe it's a pipe dream and it's absolutely freaking stupid, you know. But the dream is that I'm going to hold somebody's hand and it's going to feel like that drug that I spent my whole life looking for. And you know what? Might not happen. It might not.
Might not.
But I'm not going to. But I'm not going to do any more dope trying to find it.
It's
I'm
not
gonna try to
easy.
find
It's
it.
not an easy thing to find.
No, no, it's not. It absolutely is not.
And it shouldn't be. It's special.
Yeah. No, it shouldn't. It shouldn't be. It definitely should not be easy. You know, but the it's so worth it, right? It really is. It's so worth it. The my favorite stories in the entire world. Maybe I'm a hopeless romantic, but my favorite stories in the whole world are the stories where, you know, the man or woman, you know, passes away from a heart attack, and 6 minutes later, their significant other just stops breathing. I mean, that's the way it's supposed to work, right? That's
Yeah.
literally someone that dies of a broken heart because they can't live without that person. That exists,
I know.
right? I'll be damned if I'm going to take anything but that.
I
Right?
love that. I love that, Tommy. And
Yeah,
you
that's what
shouldn't.
Yeah. I think I'm going to stick with trying to find that. And if I don't, guess what? It beats the piss out of 7.5 grams of heroin a day in your arm. You know what I mean? I think this one will probably work a little bit better. Now, I am going to go to bed. You look lovely, by the way. You really do. Absolutely a great look for you this evening. Now,
Are you
you got
talking to
one of
me?
these? Of course, I'm talking to you.
Oh,
Do you have
nice.
Do
Thank
you have one
you.
of these? It's a kitty cat in a basket. And she's looking at me with this look like, why are you doing this to me? Oh, look at that. Look at that, you svelte thing. She is absolutely losing weight. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. She is at least down a pound.
Do you really think so?
I do. I absolutely believe that.
Isn't it cute that their names are Kid and Squirrel? I think that's cute. The Kid and Squirrel show.
Yeah, I absolutely do. Let me see something here. Sorry, I thought I saw a comment. You know what? That's worth putting up there.
You know, I don't know if you
Does it
saw, but
really?
Tampa B Man gave you a huge super chat. You should acknowledge that.
I missed Tampa B. I'm sorry, but I'm going to go through all of them here in a second. Does it really exist? I think it does. Yeah. Right.
Oh, yeah, it does. I've had it.
Does it exist for me? I don't know, but I've
I
watched it
demand
happen to
it.
other people. Yeah, I've
It
watched it
exists.
happen to other people. It does
Yeah,
exist.
I've had it.
And
I've had it. It exists, Lisa. I've had it.
that is so cool. The fact that you've had it. You know what I mean?
Oh,
The
I've
fact
had
that
it.
you
And I'm
literally can say, right? The fact that you literally can say, yes, right?
and I
This is
still
real.
have it. He died and I still feel him all the time. Being
Good
sweet
God in
and
heaven.
just what? I know.
This can't be right. I mean it. This can't be right. And Tampa B, reach out to me. We'll fix it. Okay. Something about being around happy people. You two makes me incredibly happy. I look forward to meeting you, Tampa B. That probably sounded just great when I said it that way, didn't it? I do absolutely look forward to meeting you in person. All of you, for that matter. I am going to be touring this country. I am going to be going and meeting people along the way. But
What? Because that was my idea.
It was. I remember you. I remember you saying it.
Well,
yeah.
Okay.
I was intending to go with you.
Oh, okay. I seriously want to do that, Tommy.
Yeah, no, I had intended to take you with me. That was the idea. I thought we might even hold hands. We'll just have to see how that works out. Tampa B, that is. I am absolutely blown away. I really am. That is.
Look at how cute she is.
It's humbling. That is a beautiful animal. It really is. It is a beautiful animal. Look at how
she just lays there. Does Squirrel let you hold her like that?
Squirrel will let me do just about anything to her. She is a very nice kitty. But Squirrel's newest thing is I take her TREATSs and I put them on high spots all over the house. Like, so she goes and jumps on all of the high stuff looking for them. Absolutely hysterical watching her look for them. She really likes it. It's become a game she really digs. Yeah,
That's
she's such a
adorable.
cute girl. She really is. She's
She
such a good
is.
girl.
Our girls are really cute.
Yep, I've been blessed. Um, thank you to everybody. And you know what? Thanks for all of you who, for lack of a better way to put it, for all of you who don't act like jackasses, because the idea is connection. And if you think that connection means, not doing heroin, then you're missing this, right? Heroin is a symptom, right? Overeating is a symptom, right? People who cut themselves, that's a symptom, right? All of these things are symptoms of the problem, right? And whatever that problem is what we need to work on. And that's what we do. And we do it through connection. And you know what, man? I can go over to her channel and I can get in that comment section and I can connect beautifully. So
That's what it's
if
about,
there's
you guys.
yeah, it is. I mean, there really is a synergy there. And if you don't see it, it's one of the reasons that this works is because we're not doing anything wildly foreign, right? Like when you guys come over, it's not like, what the hell are they doing? Right? I'm over here talking about the NBA. So, right, let's talk about last night's high score. You'd be like, what are we doing? What we do here is so similar to what you do there, right? That I think it's
I think
I
that's why
think
our
that
channels work so well. I think that's why a lot of our people are the same people. The
I
relatable
agree.
boat.
I agree with you. The relatable boat. I absolutely agree with you. And you know something, people,
Tommy's. It's Tommy's.
this is very important, and I'll tell you why. The the parties that be the scumbags, sorry, are going to do everything within their power, right, to make people hate one another, for real. And it can happen so easily because communication doesn't happen well. So I am going to in 2024 make an effort to not do anything that is important in any way in a text. For real, that's something I'm not going to do because I'm not going to allow that to cause screw ups again. If I screw something up, I'm gonna do it with my voice. I can communicate pretty well talking, right? We
I
know
think
that
we do
I'm
good.
not very comfortable texting, so I'm gonna stick
Yeah.
with it.
Okay.
Huh?
Well, we're happy to hear that, Tommy. And you went long tonight. Lots of stamina tonight. This is more than our usual time together. This is a
Yeah, well,
special occasion or something. I felt like it was our
I'm
anniversary.
not
You really went
not
for a
as good
long
as I
time.
once was,
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm proud of you. It was good. And
but I'm
guys,
as good once as I
you
ever
what?
was. I
Yeah,
said,
no,
but I'm
I'm
as good once as I ever was. Yeah, we can go
yeah,
two
I felt
hours.
like you pulled an all-nighter tonight. It was good. Um,
Uh,
uh, guys, no hate mail after this. Don't send anything to Tommy. We love each other. It's platonic. Everything was a joke. Don't freak out. If this isn't for you, just check out and go to it. The cool thing is we're
yeah,
not the only two channels on this YouTube deal. So you can find
it's
another one.
true.
If you're
Yeah, it's
into
true.
fly fishing or sailboating, there's all
Right.
kinds of channels out there for you. Yeah.
And if by
So
some chance you find a fly fisherman who's like just really seems like he needs a little love and affection, I will go over there and flirt with him as well. You got to run it by him first. I don't want to make him uncomfortable, but I'd be willing to
yeah,
do that.
I prefer that you don't, but you just don't tell me you did it, okay?
No, yeah, yeah. I'd run it by you first anyway. I'm that kind of guy.
Thank you so much. Okay. Well,
All
we
right,
have our
peeps.
goals laid out for the year 2024. All
I
right.
think we've pretty much solved every problem, haven't we?
I feel pretty good about it. I will talk to you tomorrow.
God bless all of you. Thank you so much. Tampa B, I really appreciate you. I
She's the
appreciate
best.
all of you. Thank you so much. Reese, this
Bye,
was fun.
guys.
Thank you for letting me play with you.
Um, anytime. Any